G'day, g'day. Welcome back to the Arcane Nexus podcast. I am Belle, and we're going a little nutty, but we got this.
It's 9 p.m.
It's 9 p.m. Like that's super late or something. But anyway, so I'm here with Elle
Yo.
and Connell.
I guess.
I hope so. Brandon is not joining us today. So, just us.
Woot.
Woohoo!
I guess.
Okay. We have a couple of things that we wanted to talk about today. First thing that I would like to talk about, which isn't actually on our agenda, FYI.
Good job.
So way to stay to the script.
What script?
Exactly. So Hi Heath.
No.
No, I'm not cutting that because it's too hard. Editing is hard. But which is what I was about to say, our first episode has gone up.
Yay!
It nearly killed me, not gonna lie. It
was a struggle.
It was a struggle. It was a struggle.
Absolutely.
But I got there in the end eventually at some ungodly hour of morning, and it went out.
It did.
And people have seen it.
They have.
Like 50-something people. Actually, it was up to like 64 or something last time I
That's
looked.
very good considering it's the first episode of an unknown podcast. And
With-
it was only out for like a day or two.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Very
happy about
respectable.
it. I'm pretty happy about it. 10 of them are my profiles.
Probably.
But who cares? You know, got to get out there somehow. So happy about that. As I said, that's not on the agenda, but I just wanted a quick mention.
Absolutely.
Think that's
Deserving of
good.
a mention.
I thought so.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so a couple of things have happened in the world of MTG. Sonic Secret Lair happened. We were
Someone was up to
disappointed.
I was greatly irritated.
There is a lot of issues, I feel, with the website and how they do it and that sort of thing. So what happened was Connell stayed up all night to get.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you go?
That's
go for
fair.
it.
I was wondering
You were
why
there.
you were trying to talk about it when you didn't live it.
Exactly. Story of my life.
Yeah, so we live in Australia, obviously. And so 9 p.m. American time is like, I think it's about 1 a.m. in Australian time. Something
That is not
close to
correct.
that.
It
What
wasn't
is
9
it?
p.m. Was it 9 a.m.?
Uh,
Because 9 p.m. is like 11 a.m. in Australia.
whatever. Oh, the 9 a.m.
There you go.
A 9.
It was a 9.
And then very, very early in the morning for us, which is super convenient. So I was on the website at roughly when a bit before the Secret Lair should have come out. First thing is the website does not refresh the second the Secret Lair drops are released, and so I didn't realize that it had been out for like an hour until I realized, and then I had to refresh the page, which everything on the website tells you not to refresh, otherwise you could lose your place in the queue and a few other things. So I was trying not to do that, and the first time I ordered a Secret Lair, it did automatically refresh. And so when I went to do it this time and for Final Fantasy, and it didn't do that, it was greatly irritating and frightening, considering the FOMO, fear of missing out, and having to stay up at ungodly hours in Australia.
Of course.
So I get on there, add what we wish to the cart, or the first item, because they suggest adding what you want and then going into the cart and then going back into the main website to add what other things you wish to purchase to the cart after getting your line in queue to save time and so that you've got your place set. So I do that, get it ready, and then the waiting happens. As anyone who's ever bought a Secret Lair knows, there are wait times. I've heard some people in America say that they have an hour or 2 hour long wait times, which I don't believe. but I was waiting in that queue for about 4 hours before hitting the
Damn.
Yeah.
I was not here for this. I missed
Yeah.
this.
We were asleep.
I
Yes.
was in Newcastle, so
And asleep.
and asleep. Both those things.
So, even after the initial hour of just waiting for the website to reload, after that, it was another 4 hours. So, it's time consuming, and for the most part, I'm doing nothing whilst this is happening, but waiting for the, queue to be fast, which it never is. So, 4 hours pass, I get to the checkout screen, like, fantastic. I'll be able to get what I wish, or what the family wished for. And so I go to checkout, go input the payment details. I press the order confirmation button, and it says you have not been active in the queue, or your spot in the queue has been lost. And so it kicks me out of the payment process, even after I've inputted all the payment details and pressed order confirmation. So it kicks me back into the queue, which I have to wait another hour and 40 minutes before going back into the queue. Now, in the 6-ish hour process here, most of the items went out of stock. That had been purchased because it's a relatively popular set. There are still some things you can buy now, depending. And so, by the end of it, I managed to get 2 copies of the mechanically unique Secret Lair and 2 copies of the equipment-based Secret Lair.
Yeah.
And I was unable to get the one with the Soul Ring in it, which is a bit disappointing, and it also had 2 tutors that were just, reprinted instance sorceries and good stuff. Well, Chasing Adventures is the one. And so I spent a ridiculous amount of time and a lot of effort to be kicked out of the queue once, get most of the stuff that we wanted, but, it's just a long and
Not a
grueling
good process. It's not a good process.
Doesn't
No.
sound like it's worth it almost to the point.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. We are looking forward to the stuff that we've ordered.
Oh my god.
But
So excited.
it's not an easy process. And we did discuss what we'll do next time. And I think that it just equates to us having 2 of us waiting. And if one gets kicked out of the queue, the other one is in the queue. And that's just how we have to roll.
The problem is I don't know why I was kicked out of the queue. It just decided that I either wasn't active enough, which I don't know how I'm supposed to be active in just a waiting room. And so I don't know.
It happened.
Yeah.
I guess the other problem with that is that if you got to the point where you were literally clicking order confirmation, that's when it kicked you out. 2 people do that, 2 people and then it works for both of them.
Absolutely.
You're ordering 2 sets of the Secret Lair.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So
I'm fine with that.
I'll mention this now. The time period of which the Chasing Adventures Secret Lair got sold out was between the first order confirmation. So it was in stock when I had initially gotten to the queue, but then by the time I got to the checkout process again, that time it was sold out, which is even more annoying.
Yeah, very frustrating.
Because it was so close to getting all the things that we wanted.
Yeah.
But
you can't always get what you want.
You can't.
That's how it works. And
Granted, if you spend 6 hours doing it, you probably should have a decent chance, but
that's fair. Completely fair.
So
that was that. But once we get them in, we will let people know. I do have 2 of the NALAC Secret Lairs. So I've got 2 of those currently unopened. They're the rainbow foil ones. I'm umming and ahhing over whether I'm going to open them or not. I think that I probably am. I think that I probably will.
Both. You have
2. It's true, I do have 2. And I do not think I'm keeping any of these ones. I think that I am going to sell them all. So if you are after some of the
NALAC Secret Lair
National Association of Latin American Communities.
No. So close.
So close.
So almost close. Elle, do you want to
National Association of Latino Arts Community?
Ooh, much closer, but
I knew that the second A was
yeah,
arts.
it's National Association of Latino Arts and Culture.
Oh, culture.
I was looking up
Culture.
between community and culture.
So, completely lost track of.
You can likely email.
Oh yes,
through...
yes. I will be putting them on our website. I think that I'm getting there. I think that I'll have probably one that I open and one that I stay sealed, and depending on which one sells first, as to like how I go about it. So, or I might even put them both sealed on and see what interest we get. Website is www.arcanenexus.com.au, and we got that open also since the last time we spoke. I suppose. They didn't speak.
We recorded?
Hopefully they listened. So since last time, I have gotten the shop up and running. So I will add those on there at some point this week. I'll get right on that. And then, yeah, I'll see how we go. I'll probably put them on as sealed and see if we get any interest. And if not, then I'll crack them open and sell them as singles. Okay. Anything else Secret Lair related?
That's it.
So far, I haven't heard news of anything else.
Yeah, I've been keeping an eye out for stuff. For
We've all been looking.
Nothing. We're about due for one, though.
We are about due for one. We do have some sort of exciting news, though, vis-a-vis Final Fantasy.
Yes.
So, as people may be aware, if you are Australian...
we talked about it a little bit last time.
We did touch on it just slightly last time, but it has been very hard to get Final Fantasy stuff at all.
Anything.
Anything.
Yeah.
No decks, no cards, no nothing. So it is very difficult. I think we've got 2 commander decks.
We've got
one commander deck.
Why am I forgetting?
And we go to all the pre-launches. We go to, as soon as we know they're out, we ask them to put them away. And that's actually why we've got the one that we've got. Yeah, is that the one you...
I was intelligent and asked like a few weeks, if not a month, before it was out.
And most people ask
for
all of them, all 4 or 5, depending on how many are released, to be put aside for them. But because they missed out on so much stock, the fact that Connell only asked for 1 deck meant that they could fulfill his order.
I was also the first person at our LGS to ask for an individual deck.
No doubt. I'm amazed that they don't actually just go, put these away for Connell and Heath.
Right.
They'll be in at some point next week. Yeah, 100%. So, yes, they very much know us down at our local game store. But, so we did get 1, but that's all we've gotten. And we have not... we did get some booster boxes.
Yes. We got 1 booster box and the equivalent amount of booster packs.
Yes, well...
Someone suffered from FOMO very heavily.
Very heavily. I am someone. I suffered from FOMO. I
was devastated when I found out.
Makes sense. So our local game store, we bought the a pack, a booster box, and then they had none left. They had a box that they opened and were selling individual packets of.
Their allocation of like
exactly, yeah, their booster packs. So I bought all their booster packs.
Yeah.
But yes, that's just how it is. It's really hard. However, Elle here.
Oh yes, the whole point of the story.
The whole point of the story is that Elle is going to America very soon.
Yes, excited.
And she is staying there for a month.
Yep.
I am giving her funds and an empty suitcase. And she's going to bring back as much Final Fantasy Magic stuff as she can get, because over there it's around.
It's like everywhere.
It is around. It is so hard to get 100%. Over here. So just quietly, don't tell anybody.
But I'm not putting this out on the internet or anything.
It's like 50 people.
That's
so,
true.
like, it's fine. We've got 12 subscribers.
And almost a lot of them,
a lot of them are people that we know. But that's fine. So definitely, she's going over there, bringing back as much as she can, as much as I can afford. And we will have that on www.arcanenexus.com.au in our shop. I will probably have like a Final Fantasy page even, maybe. It depends on what we get. But that is coming.
Yep.
Is there anything else we wanted to add about Final Fantasy? Because last time we just kind of complained about it a little bit and changed subjects.
That's fair.
But didn't actually talk about any cards.
So, I think nothing critically now, but a lot of the cards were very good. And a lot of them are extremely expensive just because of the rarity of them and the popularity of Final Fantasy being such a fantastically popular set.
Yeah, we did discuss that last time. Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of the cards, the rares and the mythics, were definitely very good. A lot of them seeing a lot of play. Like there's VV Ornithia, which I don't know if you two know.
No.
Nope. Okay. Can't even say that. What was it?
VV Ornithia.
Ornithia. Ornithia.
Yes.
Right.
And they are a cute little black mage in an adorable mage outfit that is extremely powerful and made a card released 20 years ago like sextuple in price or like massively increased price.
Okay.
VV adds mana in red or blue combination of colors equal to his power. Starts out at 0. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a counter on him and deal damage to each opponent. There is a card released a long time ago called Mirror Something Elemental, Quicksilver Elemental maybe, and it has pay a blue mana, gains the abilities of target creature. So if VV is at 2 power and you have the elemental on the battlefield, you use his first ability to gain VV's ability, use that ability to add 2 mana, one of which being blue, and then you use its ability again on VV, and it gets a new instance of VV's ability.
Oh, wow.
Is it infinite, or does it just happen?
It's infinite.
It'll
infinitely generate mana. Because VV's abilities do this only one thing.
You don't let me use my infinite mana. That doesn't seem fair.
That's because it's from an unplayable set. It's not legal in Commander. I did also think about making it so that it adds a lot of mana, but not an infinite number. But I still feel like that's a lot.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
And then Sephiroth is very powerful, being a creature that can give an emblem, which is the first time it's been seen. Usually it's only on Planeswalkers. There is Kefka. I can't remember the version in the set, his name at least, but he is Grixis and I think like 2 other mana, maybe more. When it enters, each opponent discards a card. You draw a card for each card type among the discarded cards. And then you can pay 8 mana to have him, each opponent sacrifice a creature, and then he transforms into Kefka, Eve of Ruination or something like that. And whenever an opponent loses life, you draw that many cards.
Nice.
So a 1 mana lightning bolt turns into an ancestral vision.
Yeah.
So you draw 3 cards as well. So it's a very powerful ability.
Yeah.
Both.
There's an alarm going off outside. Western Sydney for the win.
Both VV and Kefka are seeing light competitive play. That's how powerful they are. Like VV having an infinite combo so easily with 1 other card.
Yeah.
And like 2 other random instants or sorceries makes it very powerful. Kefka just having a lot of draw power is extremely powerful, and he's in very solid colors with red and blue for the protection and the win condition route, and black for tutors, which is phenomenal. And then the other card of great like play being seen is Terra Branford, I believe. I recently acquired a copy of this card, and
how?
Card Kingdom.
Oh, literally today. Because I'm like, hang on a second, how? But we actually got a delivery today. Yeah. He got some singles that he had ordered, and I got 2 Secret Lairs.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Well,
I don't have
I
any
mean,
money.
they're for Arcane Nexus,
Yes, I
which
know.
is all of us, really.
Very true.
So Terra has I can't remember all of her backside right now.
He said
The double
backside.
the front face, when she enters, mill 5 cards, return an enchantment to your hand, one of the 5 mill cards, I believe, and it's pay 6 mana, tap her to exile her and return her to the battlefield face up. She returns as Esper Terra. People have made a lot of jokes about her being named Esper Terra, but she's a Wooburg commander, because on the flip side, she has Wooburg in her abilities text.
Wait, is this what you want to make your enchantment deck out
Yes.
of? God damn it. Stealing my enchantment themes.
Good.
No, because mine's
what
Wooburg
did we
and
say?
yours is not.
And his is going to end up junkie for at least a while.
Because
You
it
know
always
that.
does.
Because it
It'll be
always does.
janky, and then I'll refine it like a nice, beautiful diamond.
Okay.
Or chaos
Okay.
emerald.
Oh, Chaos Emerald.
I'm going for, what did I say today? $1,500 at the moment?
Yeah,
Chaos Emerald?
ridiculous.
Yeah, selling for quite a
It'd
bit.
be nice if we had one.
I would love one. I would use it and not sell it.
No, I would sell it.
$1,500 would be nice.
It would be nice when
For
we're
a
just getting
piece
off
of
the ground.
cardboard.
Yeah.
So the other side, the first 3 stages of her saga ability, because she's a saga on the other side, is create a copy of a non-legendary enchantment you control. If it's a saga, put up to 3 lore counters on it, and if you add more than 1 at a time, it triggers each lore mode as well. It doesn't just skip over them like the read ahead keyword.
Yeah.
And that's the first 3 modes, and then the last mode adds double Wooburg to your mana pool, and I can't recall what else aside from just transforming her over again.
Yeah.
So she just
I mean,
goes back
even
to her
just
original
double
side.
Wooburg is amazing. That's...
Yeah. So she'll return, mill a further 5 cards, get you back another enchantment, and then you can...
Okay, but I want her in Amanatu and she can't go in Amanatu.
Can't
No,
go
that's
for
sad.
Amanatu, you can go on her. Nope. Didn't
That is no.
No. I mean, yeah, actually, Amanatu would be good in a deck of hers, absolutely. But yeah.
I'm not sure the Amanatu she's referring to is Amanatu the Fate Shifter.
No, it's the other one, I believe. No, I think you're right. I think it is. God, why do I not know the full name of my favorite deck?
I mean, I feel like I would go with what Connell said.
I feel like Connor's probably right.
He's
I'm-
probably
But I'm gonna look it up.
That's a good idea.
That's fair.
We're referring to the Amanatu that beginning upkeep's avail 2, and then the first enchantment you draw each turn has Miracle, and the cost is reduced by 4.
Yeah.
What set was that in? That was in
Duskmaul.
One of the
Duskmaul?
Duskmaul Commander.
Yeah.
Great coupon.
Yeah.
So those are the 3.
It
names.
is Veil Piercer.
Okay, I thought I was wrong.
I was
There
pretty
we
sure
go.
it wasn't Fate.
Yes,
Fate
Fate
one.
Shifter, I believe, is the first Amanatu.
And I
printed.
believe it's a Planeswalker
It is,
version
yes.
too.
It was
Nice.
also released like 8 years ago. I
Mm.
think.
much
No,
older.
9 years ago.
Back when we were playing Planeswalkers.
No.
It
Little
was, yeah,
before-
we were.
little before I got truly into Magic, I believe. It was released with Lord Windgrace and no, not Kalia, Nahiri. This is irrelevant. Sorry.
Getting off topic.
We went off topic.
What a show.
Yeah. So anything else notable in Final Fantasy? That's where we were.
But I'm just gonna stop there because I feel like I could go on for a long
That's
time.
fair enough.
I'm just excited for the precons. I think they're really cool looking,
Yeah.
and I
Absolutely. Well, and we will hopefully get some. So
They all seem very strong.
keep in mind, because we are who we are, and we do this because we
love
love the
it.
game.
Absolutely.
We will be getting enough for us each to have a deck, I'm sure.
Well, we don't need Terra, but the other.
I'll
But
get,
the other
I'll get
ones-
something else as
No, 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 no,
consolation.
no, 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 no. Wouldn't dream of it.
No, you can also get me a deck and I'll just use that one for pieces. Because that's what I want the Estola precon for.
Oh,
There are a lot
goodness
of cards
me.
in it that I want to just steal.
That's fair. So we're going to get one for us, but then we'll get some for the shop.
We should absolutely do a recording of the 4 commanders against each other.
Absolutely, we will do
will.
that.
That'd be so much fun.
Mine's already upgraded and I feel like we're just going to skip over that
No,
part.
no, we just don't have to use that one. We'll just give
Are
you
we
one of
gonna
the
open
precons that
another
we
one?
get. Probably.
It would be waste of open and I'll just set it back to normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Somehow.
so that's going to be happening. Also, I hope you guys liked watching us play as we did on YouTube. If you saw us on YouTube, we didn't kind of think of what to put as the video part of the podcast on YouTube.
Yeah, for the locations that have more than just sound.
Well, yeah, and I it didn't occur to me, so I didn't even think of it. And then when I'm sitting there and I'm just about to sort of get everything done, I'm like, what am I going to do? And I thought, I'll just record us playing a game. So we spent an hour and a half trying to set up the camera.
And then there was still technical difficulties.
And I think you might be able to see one of the tripod legs in the video.
If you could help us out with a really solid camera setup video for overhead,
just let us know how we can do that in a rented place with no anchor points needed in the walls.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was an adventure.
It was an interesting game.
I thought it was a fabulous game.
Some people thought it was a fabulous game.
Some people did.
Those people were not me.
Or me. For that.
You were fine. You were the second last to die.
That's because I'm a tricksy little bitch that had a really shit game, more so than you.
That's fair.
We're going to talk about the deck in that. And you're going to hear the opposite of what happened in that deck.
Absolutely.
In that game.
Absolutely. So
some people did not show up in that game.
Some people did not show up in that game. Some people
one
showed up and that was hidden. So if you've seen it, there is a point actually that is hilarious, which some people might not have realized. So what happened was, I had just activated my commander, shuffled my cards, put them on the bottom of my deck, and I couldn't find the card that was in my hand, which was a land. I knew it was a land.
A basic land.
A basic land. And I thought it was a mountain. In my head, it was a mountain. So I've gone, oh shit. I've shuffled it back in. I'll just take the land that's on the bottom of my deck. Okay, no problem. Took it back. Game continued. That's fine. Went around all the way around to Heath's turn, who was the player directly before my turn.
In the top left of the video, yeah.
No, bottom right.
Yeah, we're at the top.
Yeah. So it went all the way around to Heath's turn. And as he's doing his upkeep, he realises there's a card with a blue sleeve, and his sleeves were not blue. And he had stolen my hand. So it was a land. It was a basic land that was supposed to be in my hand. So I put the one that It wasn't a mountain. What was it? I think it was a forest. Yeah. So I kept that and put the mountain back on the bottom of my deck. And it was quite amusing. I was not happy. I thought I was going crazy because I shuffled my hand back in, but I had not. At least it was only one card,
luckily.
Yes, but so it was a good game. So the next thing we're going to discuss is Edge of Eternities. 27th of July it comes out, which is this Sunday.
That's the pre-release. No,
the pre-release is
in America is the 24th.
That's what
but we ignore that.
Yes, we do.
We kind of do because
we do 100%.
In Australia,
useless to us.
Yeah, useless to us knowing when it's out in America.
We're celebrating the pre-release on Saturday at a local game store.
That's correct. We have booked.
Ignore me.
We have booked Connell and Heath seats. So they do a
you
draft.
You didn't book
event.
anything. I booked it.
That's true. He did. And I didn't pay for it. He did. So
I paid for it yet.
Well, when you get there, we'll discuss. Booked seats there. They do like a draft tournament.
Sealed.
Which?
Sealed tournament. You get 6.
Sealed tournament. You get 6 boosters and you
promo.
Yeah. So they're going to be doing that on Saturday.
Yep.
It would be good if we could record some in there, but I don't think we can. I don't know.
You could
as long as we record just them. But then again, I don't know if Heath would actually want to be on camera anyway. So
I'm not sure.
You can also just ask the store owners
and the people at the event.
table,
Even if we can't this one, maybe it's something that I can talk about to them this time and see what they say.
And give them some free advertising.
Absolutely,
as well.
100%. And I will mention them in the comments and the description on the video, sorry. And at the end of the video, when I go through our socials, I'll give them a shout out because we get a lot of stuff from them and they're very good. They are lovely, really good, really helpful, and they're part of the community. So really good. So that is out on the weekend. The boys are going, they'll get some promo cards, have a look at some of the cards and see how they go. Unsure of what decks we'll be getting.
for the pre-cons.
Yeah.
I'm getting the World Shaper one. Brandon is getting both of them because he feels like it.
Yeah.
And then I believe...
want counterintelligence.
Oh, yeah.
But I have not done anything about it.
No, fair, completely fair. But I think that if we go with them and we want to buy, like, we'll be able to. So
hopefully it won't be like Final Fantasy.
I don't think so. I think the popularity of the franchise has a huge.
Absolutely.
So with
also one's a Universes Beyond.
I was just about to ask that very question. So with Edge of Eternities, what is the set based on? What is it about?
Space, which is
really cool.
Phenomenal.
I love it. It's so exciting.
I feel like there isn't many nerds out there who have a disdain for any certain fields of fantasy. And so some people really love sci-fi. I'm a fan of it. Not
I think we all
amazing
are.
fan.
Sci-fi.
I would say so.
100%.
Like, yeah, ridiculous.
It's not my favorite genre, but like I
think
will
that
definitely
it's up there
enjoy
with
it.
mine. Like it's my fave.
I feel
like it's probably like it's like up there for me, but I wouldn't like I definitely like high fantasy a little bit more than sci-fi. They're very close.
I think that I'm the opposite actually.
Yeah.
I think I like fantasy and I enjoy a lot of fantasy, but sci-fi is
something I just realized because I never really thought of it that way, but it absolutely is. I don't know why I never thought of it. It just doesn't sort of feel nearly as sci-fi as like Star Trek or something like that. I sort of forget sometimes how sci-fi Doctor Who is. Like,
absolutely.
Sci-fi.
Yeah.
I know this.
I mean, it was one of the groundworks of the modern sci-fi.
I feel like I never registered that it's a sci-fi because it takes place mostly on Earth and sometimes on other planets, but a lot of the time it is on Earth.
And a lot of the time it's in places that look like ours.
Absolutely.
You know, it
doesn't
looks like
look
ours.
Super
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, very different
people
to like
don't
the Star Wars or the Star Trek. Like,
very different.
Absolutely. And it doesn't take place on a massive space craft.
No, well...
Okay.
It does. Arguably
on the inside.
Well,
the biggest.
No. But
it is its own dimension.
A singular episode, to my immediate recollection, that its entire course takes place on the TARDIS.
Yeah, with Amy and Rory.
Yes,
that's
they're
a
trapped in
horrible one. I loved it.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
They're trapped in the TARDIS, and the TARDIS was possessed by a planet that was eating and killing Time Lords. And so it was trying to eat and kill the Doctor, being one of the last...
Fed off, yeah.
Fed off time energy or whatever.
Yeah.
It's also the episode in which the TARDIS became a woman for a little bit.
Yes. Did you pray really hard, as Amy Pond said? Yes, but we're slightly off track again.
Yeah.
Universes Beyond, which Doctor Who was in the Universes Beyond. Yeah.
A while ago.
Was the
Umbrella.
Beyond.
It was, absolutely was. So space-based, and the lands in it are planets, are they?
So the
some of them,
regular basic lands have stunning artwork. First of all,
I'm so excited.
It's one of my favorite things about Magic.
The artwork is very good. So the basic lands have very good artwork, and then there are the borderless full art ones, which are absolutely jaw-droppingly gorgeous. They look fantastic.
So it's going to be a fight to keep Heath away from them, is what I'm hearing.
Probably, but they could all be quite rare, so I'm uncertain.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is it has a very strong land theme because of it being like a sci-fi space sort of a set. And one of the precons is all about sacrificing lands and playing a bunch of lands. So I feel like, they're really going into that with terraforming and such.
Mm-hmm.
And so they have, I don't think many very new lands. They have the planet lands that
which are very cool.
Yes,
very cool planet lands.
Yeah, they're lands that are planets. They have a station ability. Station is a new mechanic in Edge of Eternities that it's like crew or saddle. It's closer related to than crew. People call it crew, but on a planet or something. But it's more like
saddle. Yeah.
For the simple reason, there is a reason.
Okay.
Saddle can only be done at sorcery speed, whereas
and crew can be done at any speed. That's correct.
So I keep hearing people call it crew, or you crew it, but you really mount it or saddle it.
Does it say it crew it on the card though?
No, it says station.
Okay, cool.
So you're manning the stations.
Yes, that makes sense.
And so to man the stations, you tap a creature, even if it's affected by summoning sickness, because the station ability is what taps.
Which is accurate for crew and saddle
yes,
as well.
It's the same for both. And you put a number of charge counters on the station, or the planet land, or the spacecraft, or whatever, equal to that creature's power. So power puts charge counters on something, which is a funny word
to use. Yeah.
The station lands are good. Most of them will see play. I feel like the red one might not. It gives +1/+0 and haste to a creature, and I think you might even have to sacrifice a land to do that.
Ooh, that's a bit much. Haste isn't bad though.
Yeah, it's a good ability on a land. You pay a red, another, tap it, sack a land, I believe, and then give things haste and +1/+0. There is the black one, which has you pay an amount of mana, tap it, sack a creature, draw cards, and I believe gain life equal to the sacked creature's power or toughness, one of the two. The green and blue ones are the simplest, but I also am pretty sure they're the strongest, being that they are just restricted versions of reserved list cards. So, yes, you two, I've briefly informed you what the reserve list is in the past.
Yeah.
It's cards that will never see a reprint ever again, most of the time, because they're just either so
too
old
strong.
or too strong. Not even all of them are strong. Most of them are just old and not very great, or require the anti-mechanic, which
isn't around.
Yeah. Because people didn't like losing their best card or a random card at the end
imagine losing your best card.
Yeah.
I hate you.
Yes, but
sorry.
It meant physically giving it to your opponent at the end of the game.
No, I'm not even a little bit.
And so the blue one is Tolarian Academy, but you have to pay blue mana. And so what Tolarian Academy does, you tap it, add an amount of blue mana equal to the amount of artifacts you control, which is very strong if you're in an artifact deck.
Yeah.
And the green one is Gaia's Cradle, which is tap it to add an amount of green equal to the number of creatures you control, which is even stronger.
Ooh,
absolutely.
Yes.
That in like a token deck or something. Absolutely.
Well, we know which I'll probably want.
That's fair.
I'll want a blue-green deck.
I sort of want
to. Yeah, you can have.
I know. I have been trying to branch out, so maybe I won't have a blue. No, I will. I will.
Have the green one, yeah.
And the blue-green one.
We'll try.
And
they're all the planet lands, I believe, are mythic rarity, so they're quite hard to get.
Rare.
There is one that I haven't mentioned, the white
mythically rare.
Mythically rare.
And then the white station land or planet land, I'm not sure what people have decided to call them yet, is you pay 4 mana, one of which is white, tap it to return an enchantment or artifact from your graveyard to the battlefield.
I need it in so many decks. Multiple white decks. If I haven't mentioned
it's a very cool card, and I think that one might actually see quite a bit of play, considering it's basically a 5 mana reanimation in white.
That would be so good in
I
both
could
them
go
and
in my
also
doctor.
I'm not
do that.
certain yet how good it's going to be, but considering it costs 4 mana and itself, so 5 mana effectively.
Not different to like my lands that create tokens.
Yeah. So I feel like that one has a chance of being very good, but I feel like it might be a bit slow for certain decks.
For sure.
And then 2 other things I failed to mention about these lands so far, pity me, is that all of them enter tapped. always. They don't ever enter untapped unless you've got, a replacement effect. And then they all require 12 charge counters on it, which is a lot. So it's 12 power worth of creatures, or 12 power worth of creatures onto the station land.
I do want to compare that white land that you were just talking about to a card that is already in Amanatu's deck.
You're thinking about the shrine that puts one from your graveyard on top of your
I
library?
am. Hall of Heliod's Generosity is a legendary land, but that only costs 1 mana, 1 colorless and a white, and it puts it on top of your library instead of back on the battlefield. Obviously, back on the battlefield is much more preferable.
Better. Yeah.
But in Amanatu's
Take
deck,
it where you can get it.
on Amanatu's deck, it makes so much sense for you to put it back on top of the deck because
She can miracle.
she can miracle it in.
100%.
Well,
Absolutely. And you're looking at your cards all the time in Amanatu.
Absolutely, surveilling so much.
Yeah.
you reminded me of something. I'm trying to find out
Getting off
now.
topic.
Probably.
But whether or not the planet lands are legendary.
That's a good question.
Good question. Legendary lands are a bit awesome. I have a couple that I use.
Hall of Heliod's Generosity was in Amanatu's precon as well. It was not. It wasn't an upgrade.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't think they are.
Oh, interesting.
Very nice.
I was like, for a second there, my brain was like, can the
This is
lands be
something
your
that I hadn't
commander?
looked at.
No.
But
But a vehicle can.
yes,
they can
that's
now.
something
Which
to
is
talk
very
about.
exciting because there's ships in Edge of Eternity.
Yes, a lot of
And
space
they
craft.
can be your commander.
And they are for the 2 precons. They are one of the commanders that you can choose.
Yes. Yeah,
I
because
believe-
each deck has the main, if people don't know, that you've generally got your main commander and your alternate commander.
Yeah.
For a long time, that's how it's been. You've got the main commander and then a legendary creature that's sort of related and can help the main commander, but isn't perfect and can't it won't run as well as with the one they designed the deck around.
So for my dragon deck, I've got Ureni, which is the dragon that I generally use,
Yeah.
and then Eshki is the backup commander.
I believe for that deck, Eshki's supposed to be the
I
base
actually-
commander, but
actually-
I found Eshki is...
Yeah, I think she is
I think-
supposed to be, but Ureni is
she's
just so
good.
damn
Just
strong.
cheating in dragons
It's just
is ridiculous.
So
When I
good.
looked at it recently on Moxfield, it actually lists Ureni as the main commander.
I'm
Okay.
not surprised.
I'm not surprised
That
either.
doesn't
It
It
surprise
is
should be.
honestly. It should.
Should be.
What the new joke around the table is when there's a creature that has a similar effect. Well, it's not as good as Ureni, but you
Or
know,
what did I
you'll
bring out?
take
What did I
it.
bring out?
There was
It
the look at
the
seven
Warhol dragon.
enchantments and bring one out or something like that.
No,
Was
it's the top 7 cards of my deck, and you may play an instant or sorcery.
Instant or
but
sorcery?
without
That's
paying
the
its
one.
mana cost.
Which I mean, still super good, but it's no
It got me like-
Ureni.
It killed 2 people on my turn.
Yeah.
That game.
No, very good. Very, very
That's
good.
actually, we recorded that one as well.
Did we?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
We did record that one.
I'm a mess. I have been like so involved in developing the store and editing podcasts and trying to get reels and shorts on YouTube and TikTok happening and setting up all the social
Belle
media
is
and
our god.
been,
Question mark?
I mean a lot of it.
Did you say the Pope?
I suppose.
Oh.
a lot of it, I mean, it was my idea to start the podcast, and I just want it to work.
You
I
had
just
the drive
enjoy
to
it.
do this all.
Yeah, it's just I want it to be engaging, and I want people to enjoy it, and I like being busy. Let's be real.
That's so
Okay.
fair.
When do I just sit there?
So-
Never.
I've got a list of all the planet lands, and I'll make erratas to make it all right.
Yeah.
Because some of them I got wrong. The white one I got quite wrong.
Aw.
Okay.
It's still very good,
Okay,
but
I
it's
can't believe
just
who bought
less
this stuff.
good. It doesn't reanimate. It just creates a token copy of something on your board, and it removes legendary.
Ah.
Oh wait, it adds,
Very
sorry, it adds legendary.
How does that work?
It makes you get a copy of something, and then it makes it legendary. So you've got a non-legendary and a legendary copy, so you can no longer make.
You
a
know who
different
would
one.
really like that in their deck?
Manatu probably.
Niv Mizzet.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It still only works for artifacts and enchantments, though.
Oh, okay. That's different.
Fair.
But the ones that count legendaries
So-
on board, that
Oh,
would
that
count.
Yes.
very good. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, they aren't legendary, which I feel like
It's a
must it for most of them it's fine, but specifically for a Vendo and Uthros, the Gaia's Cradle and the Tolarian Academy lands, those two being non-legendary doesn't those two being non-legendary feels like a weird oversight.
choice.
I feel.
Yeah, it's a weird choice they've made.
The other ones I can see being non-legendary because they're less good, but also they're the planets of the solar system.
How is that
How
not
more
legendary?
legendary
exactly.
can you get?
That no, completely fair. I agree
But
with you.
It is what it is. It was a
Which
design
solar
choice.
system?
The solar system in Edge of Eternities.
Right.
So each of the station planet lands are an actual planet in the solar system of the set.
Okay. So how many lands are there?
There are five planet
five.
lands, and there are
One for
five.
each color.
Yes.
Okay.
Each planet, I imagine, lore-wise, is based off of a different elemental mana. So the erratas that I need to make are for the white one, which I've already done. Makes a copy of an artifact or enchantment, except it's legendary, only as a sorcery, enters tap, not legendary, 12 charge counters. The red one does what I said it does, but it also creates a 2/2 robot creature.
Fun.
And yep, it costs 2 mana, and tapping it, sacking a land to activate. It's basically a 4 mana ability if you think about it, or like a 3.5 because you get rid of a land next turn. Susa, which is the black one, is 2 mana, tap it, pay 2 life, sack a creature, draw cards equal to its power, only as a sorcery. And then I believe those are all I have to say about that. Yeah. So those are the actual versions.
Yeah.
You
were pretty close then.
I was perfect for 2 of them.
Closer than you
Close-ish.
were with the Sonic's last return.
No, I was further off than with Sonic, considering I got 5 of the cards very almost correct with Sonic, and then 2 of them I
Ooh, is that
Knuckles
word? I'm going
messed
to tell
with
your
my brain.
mama.
So, I think that those planet lands are very good and will
Oh, yeah.
definitely see play in some places.
Absolutely.
Our
Our table is some places.
Speak with?
Okay. Spider-Man. When's that coming out?
September?
September-ish?
Yes.
That's all we know about it, really.
Pretty
We
much.
know the actual date. I wrote it down. Give me 5 seconds. I got you. It's
So, what
September
we know-
26th.
September 26th.
Late September.
Late
September.
We'll know when September ends.
It'll be very good. That was a very nice reference. Thank you very
I
much.
shake my head.
Is that American time?
Oh,
Or is that?
it's
So,
all
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the problem.
I mean, that's the
problem.
only time. Like, that's the only time I
The
can find online. To
27th
be
of
fair,
September.
Seems to be a weird time to jump into Marvel Spider-Man. We weren't really done with
I
Edge
won't
of
say what I was
Eternities.
about to say.
Yeah, I mean they've been releasing like pretty much one after another
have.
lately,
It's
and
been
look,
about
I'm here
once
for it. I don't
Yeah.
mind. But
I'm not excited for Marvel Spider-Man.
I'm not either.
I feel like it's too niche. Like, I feel like they could have done a whole Marvel situation and
Oh,
made it
yeah.
really
Marvel.
interesting.
Yeah,
But
I think the thing is the lore of Spider-Man is abundant.
100%.
There's so
lore.
much of it.
You can
and
bring out like
so
a
different.
bunch of pre-con decks and just have them all be different Spider-Mans.
Absolutely, and I wouldn't be surprised if they do that.
That's totally a thing they could do.
Oh,
They haven't
do it
mentioned any
similar to
pre-cons
Doctor
yet.
Well,
Who.
About that, Spider-Man has no precon.
Yeah, I was about to say, I tried looking for
They are
pre-cons
not
for Spider-Man.
having precons for Spider-Man.
Okay. All right. Okay, so it's just going to be what?
The set,
Yeah,
It's
just
just
cards.
set?
Just
I
cards.
believe so.
Booster boxes, collector boxes.
I
Yeah.
imagine collector boxes, play boosters, probably bundles. There is a scene thing.
Oh, I
So,
saw that, yeah.
With the Lord of the Rings a while ago, they released 3 scene. I can't remember what they're
Which
exactly
we're getting
called.
some of those cards
Probably.
on Thursday.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings.
They have scene bundles, scene sort of packets, which are just 6 cards, which all have connecting artwork. So they look pretty when you put them together,
Yeah.
but they're also playable in whatever you do.
Yeah.
And that I think is the only thing I've seen of Marvel Spider-Man so far, which again, we haven't seen any additional cards.
No.
That's super interesting to me because there's
Yeah,
one card
Eternity still isn't
that I
out yet,
actually
so they're
think
waiting to
is
promote
really
Yeah, oh, yeah.
fun and could be a
Spider-Man.
very fun include to a lot of decks, being the pumpkin bombs that the Green Goblin has.
Oh, that's
So-
I
fun.
love it.
I can try and find them, but to my memory, you pay a bit of mana, tap them, draw a couple of cards, deal damage to an opponent equal to the amount of cards in their hand, I believe, and then
that's
give
fun.
the bomb to that opponent.
Oh, that is so
then they
interesting.
can cast it on someone else.
Yeah, I
Yes.
love this
but
idea.
like, does it go on the field or does it go in
It's
the
an
hand?
artifact.
Ah.
And they
Bless
just gain control of it. Give me a sec.
Are you okay? It's so
I'm
funny because you're
fine.
a loud sneezer and I'm such a quiet
I
sneezer.
am
You
very
wouldn't even
loud
know
sneezer.
if I
I sneeze
Okay.
in my room and Connell and
They
he from
yell
the,
at
me from
you.
the other side of the house.
Okay, so pumpkin bombs, they cost 2 mana to play. They don't cost mana to activate, but you need to discard 2 cards. In exchange, you get to draw 3 cards, which is a good
That's a good change.
good rate.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then you put a fuse counter on this artifact. It deals damage equal to the number of fuse counters on it to target opponent, and then they gain control of this artifact.
Okay, so it's not got to do anything to do with what's in the pit person's hand.
It doesn't. I thought that it did because
It's a
there
good
are
idea
cards
for a
similar to
card.
it.
Yeah. It's
Plus, I
pretty
thought it
good.
would be more interesting. But like,
Mm.
I think that is a card that would be very fun to have in a deck.
Absolutely.
What's the art looking like for Spider-Man?
So this one so far is
Oh, pretty
the pumpkin.
cartoony.
It is quite comic.
Absolutely.
It's not very comic book actually. I feel
Yeah.
like it is
Could have been
more
more comic booky.
more like
Yeah.
the cartoon rather than the actual comic.
No, I
books.
agree with you. And more like the modern sort of
So,
cartoon look.
This is the Spider.
Oh, yeah.
These cards
Yeah,
are all from
absolutely.
the scene box.
Cartoony.
This Spider-Man taps down when it attacks, you tap a creature defending player controls, put a stun counter on it, remove up to 3 stun counters from any number of permanents, draw cards equal to the number of stun counters on it. Remove it this way, sorry.
Oh, that's fun.
And so I think it's a good idea, but considering he himself only applies 1 stun counter
Per
each
turn.
round
Yeah.
without additional combat
You
effects,
need additional.
you really need a build
ways of-
around him. And I feel
There's a
like
great Dustmorn card that would go well with that.
yes,
Spider-Man.
the paralysis demon.
Yeah.
Paralysis
A fear
Not
of sleep
that.
paralysis.
Yeah.
Ah.
We don't like that card. We
I
get
love
rid of
that
as
card.
a- You would.
Every
Might
time
be your
it
deck.
comes out, it disappears immediately.
Immediately.
So the issue I have with the sensational Spider-Man in the scene box is he's very build roundable. Not very build roundable. He's really only got the one theme of stun counters. And if you go down that route, I feel like you've got to make enemies very quickly.
I often do with fear of sleep paralysis.
Yeah,
I make
yeah,
enemies
we don't like
real
that
quick.
one.
And so I feel like the sensational Spider-Man's ability isn't very hero-like, considering he's supposed to be good. I guess it's supposed to be his webs, and
I
it's
was
supposed
gonna
to be
say,
thematic. Like,
He's very much
you're
about
webbing
not
up
killing.
your
He's
opponent.
just stunning
true.
creatures.
Yeah.
But also,
So-
then the person who brings sensational Spider-Man is going to be killed.
Well, I mean, that's completely fair, but you
So-
know that going in.
Yeah.
So you can't get upset.
You absolutely can.
So the next time I play fear of sleep paralysis, that's my argument.
Quiet now. Quiet now.
So yeah, there are 4 other cards in this, but I can go over them. If you
No,
wish.
no,
No,
we
no,
will definitely revisit
absolutely.
this subject.
This is a
Probably
later.
closer to.
Absolutely.
Closer to
We're not
release.
even out. We have Edge of Eternities hasn't even released. yet.
Yes.
We're too excited about that to worry about Spider-Man right now.
Yeah.
Yes. So, there is one thing that I kind of decided and browbeat everybody into.
I love the idea if we're talking about the same thing.
I think we probably are.
Okay.
So I thought that it would be really fun to go back all the way to the beginning of
we're not talking
Magic.
about the same thing.
Oh, we're not. We're about to.
Cole's
Yeah,
shuffling
yeah.
his cards, and I'm like, that's what I was
No,
talking about. Okay.
That I didn't have to browbeat anyone
No,
into
that's
that.
what I was
This
saying.
one I had to. So I thought it would be great to discover and explore the lore surrounding all the different iterations of Magic, starting from way back when. What I found out is there was no lore in the beginning of Magic. So Alpha, Beta, and Unlimited,
I
think
believe
it's
it was
called
Unlimited.
had no lore.
Nope.
Not
there was
much.
No,
There
no,
was-
there was literally no.
Oh, that's right. Yes, we spoke about this. It
Yeah,
starts in
there's
Arabian
none.
Nights.
It
Yeah.
starts in Arabian Nights. There was absolutely no lore before that. There was on the cards, the flavor text were Shakespearean quotes
or
the Bible and, literature and that sort of thing.
Which is very cool.
Very cool. And, some of the cards, some of the art was amazing. And some of the cards were really, really cool. But no lore. There was no lore. And I think I was considering, I was thinking about it. And I was kind of like, why would that be the case? And I think that I know why. I think that, and it's a guess, I don't know anything, but in my head, it makes sense. I think they didn't think that it was going to be as popular as it was.
Oh, that makes 100%.
And I think they just thought, we'll do this because we enjoy it, we like it, and we're going to
come up with this cool
game. And that's that, and let's move on. And then years later, when people are nuts, which we are, they decided that, there has to be more meat on the bone.
I don't even know if it was years later.
It was years. It was from 97, I think it first came out. And then I don't think there was lore until, was it? Arabian Nights. What year was Arabian Nights?
1993.
93.
Oh, wait. Yes, that's Arabian Nights. Yeah.
97 was when it, really launched off. But when did it first come out?
Yeah, I thought so. 1993 is when the first set of Magic was released.
Yeah, but there wasn't lore then.
There wasn't.
Was it 97 there was lore? I read 97 somewhere.
I read that in Arabian Nights is when they first started doing actual lore. And it wasn't lore in the sense of we're on this plane doing this thing, we've got these people involved.
Yeah.
It was lore in the sense of, on the flavor text of cards, it led the groundwork for characters that would be seen in the future.
Yes.
And names of locations that were futurely known.
But they started to do that in Alpha and Beta a little bit.
So, yes.
They later on referenced back. I think even Dragon was not mentioned, but there was someone of or something like that. It was that sort of thing. There was it wasn't. It didn't say that exact sort of thing, but it was leading to
the more modern stuff.
Yeah, and I think there was relatives of sort of Niv Mizzet sort of thing happening or something like that. There was someone with the name that carried over later on. So it did develop into that eventually, but there were years there where, for those sets, there was no real lore. But we will have a look at Arabian Nights, and what's the one after that?
I don't know.
Exactly. See? And I feel like that's what a lot of people don't know. So we're going to have a look at that and do some research. and let you know. So every week we're going to just have a little lore section. Antiquities. So Arabian lore and antiquities we'll have a look at and see what Arabian Nights and antiquities. We'll have a look at what the lore was for those and come back next week, hopefully. I'm trying to do it weekly, but cross our fingers. It depends on how long it takes me to
next week is the last week
edit
before I go to America.
So we probably want to try and film a few,
maybe,
or we can do it online.
We can do it online. I'm taking my good mic to America with me as well.
Absolutely. Okay, anything else you want to add? No?
Well, because you decided to jump into Marvel Spider-Man for whatever reason, we didn't.
It was on my list.
Yes, but we didn't talk about Edge of Eternities pre-cons.
I tried to bring it up and then it just got glossed over.
Myself and Elle had a brief podcast discussion about. And then
I generally try not to learn too much about what you're going to tell me because I like to be surprised.
So
it's annoying when you jump over the topics we need to talk about, though.
Well, I'm doing the best I can.
That's fair.
Should we like to
considering I was at work all day.
And it's 9:30, 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. So, let's go into the precons.
So ready.
First piece of information is the new commanders are very cool.
So cool.
I believe they took inspiration from Success of Tarkia, in which they changed the way of developing commanders.
Yeah.
Because with Tarkia, they wanted to try and make it so that both of the options that they had the precons designed around could be perfectly situated in the command zone for your first game without any modifications to the deck.
Yeah.
Which I think they did very well with Tarkia.
Yeah.
I need to play more with Nerevi as the commander, but Zergo is just much better. And
Same with Urani and Eshki.
my brother Brandon prefers the Dragon Commander for the Sultai deck
Yes.
over the Face Commander or the Human Commander. And then what was the other one? Chico and the
Chico
other one?
and oh my gosh, nothing.
It's Elsa with a H. Elsha.
Oh, that's the alternate commander. It's
Chico.
Elsa.
Oh,
Chico and Narset
yeah.
is the main commander, or the face commander.
The one that's on the box.
The one that's on the box, and Elsha is the alternate commander. And I personally like playing with Chico and Narset better, but honestly, you could play that deck easily with Elsha.
Yeah,
So it would be so easy to play with.
At first, I misread the card and thought that when she hit, you made one monk with prowess.
Yeah.
No, it's equal to the amount of damage dealt.
Yep.
So it's quite strong.
Quite
Technically,
strong.
it does read the way I thought it does because it's a base of 1/1, but it's got prowess.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's very
We got
cool.
distracted by Tarkia again. Surprise, surprise.
Just a brief
Yes.
talk about what we're about.
How they do it, yeah.
So, which precon would you like to talk about first?
I mean, I have a
Counter-
preference.
You want the counterintelligence
I want a
one.
counterintelligence so bad.
All right.
I keep going to call it conspiracy.
It's not. It's not. It's
Counterintelligence.
It's a pun.
I get it.
It counters.
A lot
I
of
get
time.
it. I get it. Not
It's
much
all about-
intelligence though.
So, counterintelligence.
You need to have
is
intelligence
a-
to do the math.
I mean, makes sense. Or fingers.
Fingies.
Thingy. No. Go.
Counterintelligence. You'd think they'd had alcohol tonight. wouldn't you?
No, it's tired.
This is just our personalities. Okay.
So, in the counterintelligence precon, there are two base commanders again. They've decided to, I believe, as I just said, go in the direction with Taki of having two perfectly suitable commanders.
Absolutely.
The
They
first
both work
one
well.
is Kilo, the
Apogee Mind.
Apogee Mind. They are a relatively simple commander.
Absolutely.
In which they have vigilance, if I'm not mistaken.
Haste.
Wow.
I thought, they want to be tapped.
They want to
Over
be
one
tapped.
so
I
far.
thought that it had vigilance, so it could also crew things.
No, but it wants to be tapped.
Yes. So it has haste. My apologies. Is a 2/4 or like a low power.
It's a
high buff?
3/3 and it's white, red, blue.
Yes. Yeah.
Mana
it is
cost.
Jeskai mana
Just
cost.
got mana cost.
It has at the beginning of the end step, if it's tapped or whenever it becomes
it's just
tapped,
whenever it
Okay.
becomes tapped.
then you proliferate, which is a decent effect. I imagine there are ways to untap it in the deck. I'm uncertain. But
Do you want to explain what proliferate is in
I
case
will.
people don't know?
proliferate simply adds an additional counter of the type and kinds of counter on any number of permanents, the ones you own or your opponent's own, so it can be used for politics.
And or players.
Yes, and or players for poison counters.
Poison counters.
Poison
or
counters.
Which
energy
we very
counters.
rarely use
Yes.
poison
Like a
counters. I feel like there's not enough ways to get rid of poison counters.
think-
It's a really contentious issue in the South.
I have a personal way of modifying poison counters, but that's for a future discussion.
Absolutely.
And
Sorry,
then,
he's trying to keep us on task now.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
So they are a generally good
A
commander.
robot
I think
artificer
they're
and very
boring.
fun artwork. I love the artwork.
That's-
The
Can
Kyoto
I have a look?
Apogee Mind. Absolutely.
Oh yeah,
Isn't
that's
I
it
think
pretty
it's
cool?
supposed to be like the operating system of the ship.
And importantly, he's an artifact creature,
Mm.
which
Ah.
actually counts for really important in the 99 for the other commander, which we will get into now.
So as I was saying, this is just a very, for lack of a better term, basic commander in that it'll help
Absolutely.
your deck do its thing quite consistently because attacking's always good, almost always good at least. and it's just a very simple clear-cut way. I think it might even be a very good commander for a newer player if you build a like starter commander deck.
100%. Yeah.
Same as like the Sliver Hive Lord is also, I feel like, a very good basic. Just does indestructible, nothing fancy. And then the other commander, you're testing me, aren't you?
Absolutely, I am. This makes it
Under
fun.
pressure.
I thought it was Ithis the other day, but no, it's
We have
you can make a
letter.
pun about it.
You can. It's two words that are two actual words combined.
Yeah. What's the first initial?
I.
Doesn't help, does it?
No, because I've already thought Ithis. Is it Ishada?
No.
Oh, in spirit.
He got it.
Dang it.
Damn.
I'd like to see my child fail.
I wish I know what its first station ability is like act
You don't want the second half of the name?
in spirit.
It's such an obvious name as well. It's so
Starship?
sci-fi. No, it's flagship vessel.
Okay.
In spirit flagship vessel.
Okay. In spirit is a very cool card. It's
So cool.
yeah. It's first. It has station.
It has station,
I
which we
believe
talked about.
at 3.
Station similar to Sarah.
3 is for Saryl's ship. Is
Yeah,
it?
it's only one.
One?
You only need one for its first station ability.
Okay.
Do you remember what the first station
Yes.
ability is?
At the beginning of combat, put either 2 1/1 counters on target creature. I imagine is it any permanent?
You've got it around the wrong way. It's
okay.
a 1/1 counter or
2 charge counters. Okay. And
up to one other target artifact.
Yes,
so you
can't
can't
put it
put it
on
on
itself.
itself.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Hold on. I believe can it put the 1/1 counters on itself? I don't
No,
believe
it's
it can
combined
put
to
the
2.
charge counters.
It says your choice of a +1/+1 counter or 2 charge counters on up to one other target
Okay,
artifact. So it's
that's what I
combined the
was
2,
checking.
which means
Okay.
to me means that it means
Yeah.
both of those.
Which
I
is
would
a
agree with
useful
that.
ability for starting up other spacecraft
100%.
and other equipment and other some such which might require charge counters, like Umazawa's GK.
There's a lot of like cards in that
Yeah.
deck as I've looked through them.
It is
very
very
charge
counter
counter
heavy.
based. Yeah.
One of the cards which I watched a video with people playing with the precons the other day, and there is a card called Gavel of the Righteous, I believe.
Yes, I've used that in my testing stages. I
Yeah.
enjoyed that very much.
So it's a card that has equipped creature gets +X equal to the number of charge counters on it. At the beginning of combat, you put a charge counter on it, and if there are 4 more charge counters on it, give it double strike. And it is the ridiculous equipment. You can equip for an amount of mana or removing
because
a charge
of
counter
In
from it.
Spirit's ability to put 2 charge counters.
It's
But both of those things happen at the beginning of combat.
Yeah.
So it's
You
so
can
fun.
move to combat with 3 charge counters on it and
Have 6 by the end of it.
Yeah.
Nice.
6?
Because In Spirit gives it 2 and it gives itself 1.
Yeah.
So if you start with 3, you add 3 to it.
It doesn't enter with any.
I misunderstood what you were saying. It's fine. I thought you were saying something else. I thought you were saying if it already had 3 on it, then you would get 3. It's fine. Ignore me. I'm just going to keep looking at my card.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
And then
It's not your card yet.
I'm trying
It
to
will be.
think.
We have a special guest.
I don't
It's
Our
a cat.
Jelly Bean has come to me.
I can't recall the rest of this card. I think it might just have a bunch of keywords like flying, vigilance, trample.
I got you. At 8+, it will become a
Don't rub on the microphone.
like 6 something.
a 5/5. It'll have flying because it's a spaceship. So
Yeah.
of course, that is the only keyword it gets itself. But then other artifacts you control
Have hexproof and indestructible.
have hexproof and
That's
indestructible.
a
Jelly, I don't know
protection
how
piece.
much Jellybean is
She is
about to knock
pushing
over the mic.
the microphone over.
I bet
I hope the microphone
I'm
picked
sure
that up.
the microphone picked that
I
up.
hope it did.
So
I have taken photos.
if you have Kilo Wapiji Mind on the battlefield, it then gains hexproof and indestructible because it is itself a artifact.
You're talking about kill. Yes.
Yes.
Sorry. it doesn't give
The
itself
tail
that
is
for
currently
shot.
on
No,
the
it does. It
microphone.
does. It does it. It's other
Yeah.
artifacts you
Yeah.
control. So in spirit does not gain hexproof.
From what I've seen of the deck, it plays out quite well. It has a lot of synergy with charge counters.
Absolutely. It does.
It has a decent number of draw. I haven't looked at the exact deck list because of personal preference, and also it's just not a precon that I plan on using.
Yeah.
I'm far more interested in the World Shaper precon.
Which
but
we'll get into in a second.
We will. One key thing that I'll mention here, because there's no better place really, they have changed sort of how they're making precons in a very minor but large way. So they've increased the amount of new cards allowed in your average precon. It's unlikely to happen for Universes Beyond, but they usually have a bunch of new cards anyway.
Because it's Universes
Yep.
Beyond.
Yeah.
And so what they've done, they've made it so you can have 12 new cards per commander deck instead of 10. And the reason why is because the 10 slots originally were just used for new creature spells, instants, sorceries, fun stuff.
Yeah.
These new 2 are going to be used for lands and or other means of mana fixing. So the reason this is happening is because for a long time there have been enemy colored what are referred to as tango lands and cycle lands. The cycle lands are just enter tapped, they have basic land types, and you can pay 2 mana to discard it and draw a card to cycle. And then the tango lands are lands that enter untapped if you control 2 or more other lands, because it takes 2 to tango. And yes, it does technically need 3 lands because it's itself, but we ignore that for the sake of the easy name.
For the hilarious.
The
Good job.
tango lands, which I'm getting an image for
Encouragement.
myself
Whee!
up, but this
Spaghetti!
is
Chili bean!
Oh, really?
Yes,
hold
the
yourself,
tango
girl.
lands also have basic land types, so they can be fetched with fetch
Oh, we
lands
like
and
that.
other
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Go get yourself a forest.
Yeah.
so
But Heath will have it in his hand.
No, it was just on his board.
He wasn't even holding it.
so the reason they're in
Connell's
this
done with us.
a little bit,
He's had enough.
the reason they're doing this is because for a long time, for several years actually, they had the Tango and Cycle lands made a while ago. And so every deck that was in the enemy colors could have these additional lands for color fixing and just accessibility. Whereas any of the allied stuff, like the Jund Precon, like the Disa deck that was relatively recently released, they didn't have these lands as options available because they had never been printed.
Yeah.
And I was reading the transcript for Gavin Verhey's video. He's a YouTube content creator who also works at Magic the Gathering. He runs the Good Morning Magic YouTube channel, and this is where I'm getting my information from. The reason they're in these precons now is because they just couldn't find anywhere sensible to put them. Because the cycle
sense.
lands, while useful if they're a dead card at the late stage of the game, are very bad early stages.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because
Got ya.
you know they just enter tapped, so
Yeah.
you have to spend an additional time to get them.
Yeah.
Whereas
I
the
know.
Tango lands are quite nice for the early game and for an aggressive deck, but they're not that great if the game goes long, because then they're just a tapped land. That's
Just a
just a
normal
dual
land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're the main reasons why the shock lands are so powerful, is because they're versatile at both stages. Because in the early stages, when you need mana or don't need mana, they can enter tapped or untapped, and in the late stages, when you need or don't need mana, they can enter tapped or untapped.
Yeah.
And so they release these lands in cycles. Usually, they do the enemy and allied cycles as the 2 ways that they release them.
Yeah.
I think the one time they broke that was for Ravnica Remaster, which they had 3 of the enemy or allied and 2 of the enemy shock lands, which is weird.
Yeah.
But the reason they're releasing them is because in Edge of Eternities, we're getting a new cycle of shock lands. The enemy colored, I think. Yes. Yes, the enemy colored, I believe.
He had his thinking face on.
Yes, because it's not intuitive how to remember them, at least in my mind, just yet. And so they're releasing them, and so in standard, those color combinations are going to get much stronger because they are the better lands in the set or in rotation. And so in the future, I predict that relatively soon we're going to get the other half of the shock lands released because they state that they try and keep the format quite balanced. So having these enemy colored shock lands in makes those color pairs stronger.
Absolutely.
And allows you to run those colors more efficiently and cohesively. So, and the reason they're doing the Tango and Cycle lands here is because they're not good really in standard. They just can't compete with a lot of other stuff.
Yeah.
And so they wanted to reprint them for use in other precon products.
Absolutely.
Like they don't want to print mechanically unique magic-based magic cards, if that makes sense, in universes beyond.
Yeah.
So they didn't want to have the first printing of these in the universes beyond.
Yeah.
So they're printing them most likely in precons in the future to have them as other options available in the future.
Ready to
other
go.
Precons and also universes beyond products.
Yeah.
Which I think is a very good move on their part.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Nice.
Do you want to finish talking about the other Commander Precon now?
But I just couldn't find a good
That's
place
only
to
one.
interject.
We've got one more. All right, let's go.
The one I'm more keen in.
Thank God there's not 4 in this set.
That's fair.
I don't know, we took about this long going on about Sonic last time. So.
I mean, look, and our first podcast was quite short. Like, it ended up being like, I think 40 minutes. Which, that's pretty short.
For a podcast.
So, yeah.
I don't mind it being.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah. So, the pre that I'm more excited about, the World Shaper. Please, I hope that I don't mess up any of the cards too badly this time.
It's the one you want, so it's the one you've been looking at most and drooling over.
That's true.
Absolutely.
I do prefer the Spaceship Commander over the Creature Commander.
I know nothing about him.
It's
So
a new thing you want to play around.
I
absolutely would rather play with In Spirit than I would with Kilo. Even though Kilo is fun, I do think he works slightly better in the 99 than he does
I
in
also
the
think
Commander.
Kilo is boring, so In
Exactly.
Spirit could be more fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
World Shaper.
Tell me about it because I know nothing.
Well, which card do you have on your screen right now?
Currently, I have the Spacecraft.
Okay, do you have Hearth Home? Or
Nope.
Hearth Home?
Nope.
Heart Helm?
Nope.
Heart Hull?
Is it Home Hearth or something?
Hearth Hull.
That's it.
That's a mouth.
Half Hull.
Half Hull.
Yeah.
Half Hull.
Hearth Hull. Put other shit at the end. We only care about the
It's
proper
the
noun.
World Seed. It's a cool second thing.
That's fair. Very cool card. It is a 5/7.
6/7.
Oh my God, you're not starting great.
I know its abilities.
What does it cost?
Mana value wise?
Yeah.
We played the Pachinko sound effect. I think it's 5 mana.
The other commander is 5 mana. This commander is
4 mana?
4 mana.
Okay. It's Jund
Yeah.
and 2 others. One other,
One
because we
color,
just
yeah.
went over that. It has charge station.
Yep.
Like all spacecraft do at 3. Really?
It's 2.
I hate myself so much.
You said 3 earlier, and I was looking at it, and I'm like, not 3.
I have spot eyesight, and I'm going to use that as a
You
defense
can
mechanism.
attempt to use that.
Yep,
It's
and
fine.
it's succeed.
at 2 plus charge counters.
You can blame it on it being late.
You pay a mana, tap it, sacrifice a land. I believe you draw 2 cards. I believe it. Going through. No, you don't get to play additional lands with this. You do?
Yeah.
You get to put a land from your
You
hand.
get
up
you may play an additional
Okay.
land this turn.
Oh, but you need to
Ooh.
activate it, correct?
Yes,
It's
it is
part of
not.
the
It is
activated
part of
ability,
the
yeah.
activate ability. You
I
have
was
to tap
thinking,
it, sack a land,
was it
draw 2
a-
cards. You may play an additional land this
Okay.
turn.
So very simple. You just sack a land, hope to draw one, and then play it. That's
Absolutely.
the game plan with that ability. The other ability at 8,
8 is correct.
8 charge counters. Whenever
This is the one with all the
it has a bunch of
keywords.
keywords: flying, trample,
No.
vigilance.
Yes.
That's good. Very useful. Does it have one more?
I'm not sure why it has haste because it's on the battlefield from the start. So why
Well,
would it need haste?
So, I actually can defend this quite easily. The first of which, it is in green, which means that it instinctively just has bigger creatures.
True, that's true.
So you can charge it faster, and considering what
you could
it's
charge it on your first turn.
4 mana value to play it.
Yeah.
I can think of in this set alone they released a 4/1 for 1 mana in black, which is that alone is ridiculous.
That is black.
Plus,
is black. That is ridiculous.
Plus, any
Probably
sort
also
of like cheap landfall gets bigger creature like Saza's Chocobo from Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
If you put that on turn 1, by the time you're playing your commander, it's already a 4-something, and that's with only Saza's Chocobo.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think because of landfall in and of itself, and just having bigger creatures in general, I think it sort of makes sense.
And it means you can tap it on the first turn it's out.
Yes.
For its one ability.
I would say yes. However, all the spacecraft are also artifacts.
Correct.
And it isn't a creature until it's fully stationed.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I
And so it
understand.
won't need haste if you
Until
only
it-
have 2 charge counters on it,
Absolutely,
because
yeah.
it's only an artifact at that stage. Listen, I might not have the perfect memory, but I know the rules.
I'm new at this game.
You've been playing for a year.
Let's be
That's
fair.
true.
I wasn't playing that whole year.
That's fair. Also.
You
Anyway.
played a lot of Magic.
I played him a lot of Magic.
Sorry, and the rest of that card is whenever a land is put into your graveyard, I believe it's specifically sacrificed.
It is specifically sacrifice.
But I'll be vague in order to definitely not get it wrong. Each opponent
You could be a
loses
politician,
2 life.
darling.
Hey, there you go. You got that bit right.
And that's just it. It's
That's
relatively simple,
Absolutely.
but it fuels itself by sacking lands to trigger the lower half effect. I don't know if there's going to be a new term for the low and high station effect,
interesting.
because I don't really know
yeah.
how to phrase it.
No.
Because the top effect, the
Can I have a
keeper
look?
station effect, is very good in and of itself. But if I need to refer to that specific effect,
And I think there might
don't
be stations that have more than 2 also. If I've seen them, I might have. I don't remember.
think I have, but
Okay.
it is grounds in
I
the
like
future.
upper and lower deck because that makes sense.
That
on
makes
the
It
sense.
ship.
does make sense on a
So the
show.
upper deck and lower deck ability.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's what we can call
we're
it.
calling it.
So the upper deck ability
Yeah.
feeds the lower deck ability with sacrificing a land.
Which we love.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the upper deck ability feeds itself by drawing cards and,
And
immediately
immediately being able to
replacing
play
the
it.
land you play.
100%.
Oh yeah. I didn't even think of it like that. Of
Yeah.
course, if you're sacking a land, but then can draw one and put it onto the battlefield,
100%.
then
You lose no land per turn.
absolutely. Well, I mean, do you need more land in your deck then?
You would. However, this deck's entire theme is land.
Yeah.
So I reckon, I'm pretty sure the precon will have slightly high. I think it's got maybe 38. Most precons
okay.
have
Have
37.
37, yeah.
This one, I wouldn't be surprised.
But
if
also,
it's
the
38
alternate
or
commander
more.
does also feed the
It does
the
a lot.
commander as the station as well.
Yeah.
100%.
Also, I know for a fact that the precon comes with several of the, I want to call them storefront lands. I don't know what they're exactly called, but Riveteer's Outlook and
the
the
ones where you
Cabaret
gain
Courtyard,
life and-
that cycle of lands
Exactly.
from New Capenna. It comes with a couple of those. I don't know how many, and I don't know if it's all of them, but it does come with a few of them. As well as
Well, I
just
imagine it was
Paramorphic
only the
Expanse. And,
ones that work with John.
well, all of them work because all
They
of
don't
them,
say the name. They just
they don't have the specific
Yeah.
mana pip, and they don't have the land type
Yeah.
of the other colors. They refer to them by name.
which
But
means
not-
that any of them can go in.
Yes, any deck.
Yeah.
As long as there's a legal
Reason
target
to
for
do
it.
it.
Yeah. Because you could theoretically put all of them in the one deck and just have half of them, if there's a full cycle, which there isn't yet, I don't believe. You could put all of them, all 10 of them, in the one deck and have the others just as a sack outlet or land drop.
Yeah.
So yeah, it sort of feeds itself in its mana base as well.
Yeah.
As well as the new lander tokens, which I imagine there is a fair few in the deck. The cat's doing
The
something.
cat is eating the chicken wing.
Oh. Good job,
Just
Jellybean.
having a snack. Okay.
What was I going to say? Those new lander tokens look really cool as
They
well.
do. They're rampant growths on a token, which is
so
very
cool.
good.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
100%. They'd be very good for some of your deck.
I imagine that as soon as I get my hands on Edge of Eternities stuff, a lot of lander token related effects are going into that precon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it is a free sacrifice for any effects that require sacrifices, and one of them I'm going to talk about because I was slightly annoyed that was in the deck, but also found it really funny.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Wait, you'll not.
No.
Yeah.
We've talked about it before.
Oh, yeah.
But
okay.
yeah.
I definitely think there are a few cards there that I haven't looked at my Merfolk deck and upgrading it for a while.
Yeah.
So
there are a lot
have
of
to look at that.
All right. Let's now quickly talk about Sorrel. I do know the full name of. He's the Genesis Shepherd.
He is the Genesis Shepherd. That's
He's the alternate.
He is the other commander for this precon.
That you want,
He has abilities probably not in the correct order, and I definitely can't remember the really big paragraph in the lower half of his card. But he has, you may play land cards from your graveyard, which is a Crucible of Gods.
Wow! So you're sacking those lands. They're going into your graveyard. You can play them from the graveyard
and then they
get lands from
and
Kilo.
Because you're playing an additional, not Kilo
from
Hull.
That one. Kilo's the other.
Yes.
From the ship.
Yeah, and because of the ship, you can also play an additional land, which you've just sacked, that you can play from the graveyard.
And it just
I can see why he wants this now.
Yeah.
Because this is exactly the
kind of
thing
janky
he
likes.
This is a janky. This
Let
is
me
good.
destroy my stuff so that I can get
it
stronger and bigger and better.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you don't know what to do.
Do you want me to...
I could
Do you
give
want
it
to
a
try?
go, but I think I'd be so off.
I mean, so it's no different to the rest of this podcast.
Thank you. I have columns for you
Go
if you
for
wish to look at them.
Go for it.
Does he have any keywords?
He does.
Um,
if you picture what he is, that should be a clue as to what he is.
He's an insect druid.
So he has...
I think he's flying?
Yes, that's all he has.
Okay. God. He costs 5 mana, right?
He costs 5 mana, jumped, and 2 colorless.
Yeah, I'm guessing he's some sort of maybe like a 5 toughness. Maybe I want to say 3.
He's a 2/5.
Okay.
So you had the 5 part right.
Oh, I've remembered.
Go for
He
it.
has, whenever you sacrifice a land or a permanent, you sacrifice a thing. You put an amount of 1/1 counters onto another target creature equal to Sorrel's power.
Absolutely. Whenever you sacrifice, I'll just read it out fully.
Yep.
Whenever you sacrifice another non-token permanent, so
Okay.
if you can't sacrifice tokens this way, so the landed tokens won't count.
Yeah.
During your turn, also another good specific.
Oh,
to have,
yes.
Only
Okay.
during your turn.
Right.
You put a number of +1/+1 counters equal to Sorrel's power on up to one other target creature.
Okay.
But when you consider how those cards work
absolutely.
together,
Absolutely.
that's
100%.
phenomenal. That is
Phenomenal.
really good.
Absolutely.
Really good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, both can work as commanders, but when
Oh,
they're
yeah.
together,
Together,
that's the way to go. It's the same
Yeah.
with In
Yeah.
Spirit and Kilo.
Can you theoretically have them both as commanders? Because you can have two commanders right now. Sometimes
It depends on the
Pride
key-
Month
there are,
thing
like,
as well. Like,
keywords.
didn't they do the
in
Pride Month
Pride Month, they wanted to promote like gay people.
togetherness? Yeah,
Cute.
Yeah, and so
yeah. I mean, it is very cute.
Absolutely.
I
We did a round of couples in I think mine was the only straight deck, but everyone else had.
I
heard about
you
made one
accidentally
straight.
made, yes, but
I
they were
thought-
pretty androgynous, so
yes,
you know.
one of the characters was very androgynous. I couldn't really tell the gender.
Yeah,
It was a more feminine name, but names are names.
Names
Yeah,
are names, especially in
absolutely.
Magic, 100%.
Yes.
absolutely. So we decided that that's fine. They can
I
do boys.
play
They're bisexual.
Exactly.
So I think it would be an interesting idea to do that, but I also think it would be very powerful.
Oh, it would be extreme. That's
100%.
why do you think I asked?
Especially because the counterintelligence deck are both only 3 cost,
Yeah.
whereas the World Shaper are 4 and 5 cost.
Much
which
more
takes
expensive.
Much
But-
more
but-
amount.
But
are
they're
more
so
powerful.
powerful.
I raised you with them being 4 and 5 costs. On turn, let's say 3, you play any creature. Turn 4, you play Sorrow.
Yeah.
And turn 5, you tap a land, sack a land, and play any other land.
I don't like this. He's already strategizing way too much. We are going to be killed so quickly.
The funniest thing is, though, he's actually talked about the fact that he doesn't want this to play it. He wants to tear it apart for parts.
And that is unacceptable. And I raised you this. I think what would be really interesting, because there's only the two
Command.
Well, I wanted to
commanders.
upgrade it in a weird way, but
What a surprise. But because there's the 2 commander decks this time, I think if we get 2 of each and
we
do
play 1 with each commander.
Yeah.
100%.
So, so we can have a showing of every commander in the one game.
Yeah.
So I think we'll do that, and we'll put that either as a standalone on the YouTube or as a
background for one of these.
background for one of these.
100%.
So yeah, I've looked at the deck quite a bit, and I am ecstatic with it because it does look very, very good.
It's
It looks
so cool.
fun to me.
Absolutely.
I feel like some people might get annoyed because aristocratic style.
He looked at me
Yes.
while he said that. He looked directly
Yes, I
at
did.
me whilst he said that.
I feel
and
like
so-
you 2 would have to play the same deck, because otherwise you're just going to get annoyed at each other.
Oh yeah, he wouldn't get
He wouldn't
annoyed.
get annoyed.
I would get
You would get
extremely
annoyed.
annoyed. But I get annoyed at everyone who's beating me.
Yes. So the thing they were Elle was referring to earlier that I found funny, greatly annoying, but funny, is they reprinted a card called Corvold Fakehurst King in the precon, which wild include for a precon, because he is a ridiculously strong card. I've even heard
Absolutely.
that he is a bit too strong for casual commander in general.
Precons are getting stronger though.
They
I
are.
feel like they
definitely
are.
After
They
the
really
dragons,
are.
the dragons
Ridiculous.
I find it funny that they've gotten so strong after announcing how they want bracket 2 to be the precon level, but then they're releasing these ridiculously strong cards that feel super optimized.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And,
100%.
So
I mean, but I love it. I think that if you're using a deck that strong, you want to kind of be playing with people that are using a deck that's strong.
Yeah,
You know, and that's
100%.
how everyone's going to have
a
fun.
good time.
Yeah, absolutely. And no one will feel too, outclassed.
Like when I'm playing Amanatu against the other 3 that came from the Duskborn set.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not so much. What's his name? The other, not of yours.
Winter,
Yeah, Winter.
the one that
Bello,
was killed
yeah.
for parts again.
Yeah.
Yeah, winter is no more.
Everything
Winter
he gets his
is
hands
not
on.
coming. It's gone. Yes. So continue. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to think about what else I had to say aside from the deck just being
You
good.
wanted.
I wanted
Corvid, you
Corvold for a
ordered
deck that I had
Corvold.
planned to make. I had ordered Corvold. I was tempted in. I wasn't tempted. I was basically forced into ordering 2 versions because I wanted to make specifically a very strong Corvold for a more competitive level and more optimized mindset than optimized. And I wanted one to play because I think that the commander is a fun and not interesting, but a very fun card to me to play.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so I ordered 2 copies of him, and then they release. And this was about 2 weeks before we got the full deck list for the World Shaper
Yeah.
precon.
Yeah.
And so one day I was looking through the precons cards. I'm like, wait, what? I had to do a double take because I'm like, Corvold's in here? It's such an out-of-pocket decision made by whomever made the deck. Because, I feel like a lot of people might see Corvold in there and be like, why isn't this the commander? And then just replace whomever the precon commander is. Because he is a Jund legendary creature.
Absolutely.
He
You could
costs
say the
5
commander.
mana, the same amount as the spacecraft, and so
No, the other way around.
the same amount as Sarl.
Yep.
And
That's what he said.
Yeah, clearly.
obviously, yep.
I've heard it both ways.
So, and Corvold is just a very powerful creature. When he enters, you sacrifice a permanent, and then whenever you sacrifice a permanent, you put a counter and draw a card on it. I don't think the deck is wholly optimized around sacking everything.
No,
But
it is
It's
optimized
designed
about
around
land.
sacrificing land specifically.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of really good synergies in the deck for it.
Yeah.
There's a new 1-mana spacecraft, which I bring to note as going to be a very strong card in any deck, I feel. And it's 1 green mana. It has station low, not a lot. I can't remember off the top of my head. It might be 3, but I feel like everything's 3, and I'm always wrong. So let's say 1.
Yeah, because neither of the commanders were
Yeah.
3.
I really thought they were, but I was super wrong. And at that at the upper deck station level, it has you may play an additional land, and on a 1-mana card, that's like
That's
a 1-mana
fantastic, yeah.
artifact.
Yeah.
If you choose to just keep it as an artifact and not as a creature, it's harder to get rid of. Even though there are a good number
Yeah,
of
there's
artifact and
removal.
spacecraft destruction because of obviously the set
Yeah.
based around it. And so I just think that's going to be a very strong card, and there are a lot of really, really solid options in the deck and in the set itself for both of them, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm more excited about that set now than I
Mm.
was before we started. So that's
fair.
good.
Well, that means we're doing our job.
Yeah,
People
absolutely.
excited
Yeah,
for this
people
set.
excited. Yeah,
Even you. I'm hoping.
even me.
I'm hoping that the Marvel Spider-Man set's good because I'm a fan of Marvel.
Mm.
I feel like it hasn't been great in recent times. Like,
I just feel
It
like
was
there's
good.
so many things that I would rather see
yeah.
than Spider-Man.
Like the one that's coming after it.
Oh, Avatar.
I'm so excited for
I'm-
Avatar.
I'm kind of like on the fence
No, I'm excited.
because, I mean, I don't even want to say the name Korra. That whole thing ruined it for me. But I just, again, it's like so beloved. I just don't know that they'll do the right thing.
If
I don't
Final
know.
Fantasy hadn't been as good as it is,
Mm.
I would be more worried.
Maybe, yeah.
But, and from what I have seen, it looks good. To be fair, they've only really released
the one.
Yeah, they're not gonna
Well,
do
like-
so much.
The thing is about that one card, it's a broken card.
It's
It's
so powerful.
it is.
And
in
and see,
itself-
that's the problem as well. Like,
100%.
is every deck gonna have an Ang? Because you'd have to.
Yeah.
Well,
or no deck.
so-
And is he Wooberg?
and
Yes,
it's Woober.
he's-
I should hope so.
Yeah.
So,
he's-
okay, we know very little about the set, and we can guess a little bit more from Ang.
Yeah.
First of which, we know that all of the bending styles are going to be a keyword mechanic of some type.
Yeah.
I anticipate fire bending is going to be some sort of buff on attacking, and water bending might be a different
Healing.
sort of
Yeah.
Or like lifelink or something
possibly,
like
but we won't really know
Well, that
until the
doesn't.
set comes
But
out.
that doesn't make sense for blue.
that. It doesn't make sense
Blue
for blue.
doesn't have
but
any
it-
Bending,
white.
I feel,
Yeah,
might be
yeah.
something like on attacks, because firebending was simply a keyword with a number. It wasn't an activated
Yeah.
ability or something like that.
Mm.
I feel like they all have to do with something.
So
Yeah.
you think there's like a new mechanic or something coming in, or
Possibly,
Well,
I feel like
bending itself is like the card talks
Hmm.
about when if you have water bended, fire bended, earth bended, and air bended,
all in the
this-
same
in-
turn.
on this turn,
you transform
it transforms into his
Ang Master of Valor.
master development?
So he starts it as Avatar Ang and
Yeah.
then transforms into Ang Master of all elements.
Right.
Yeah.
So bending, we don't know a lot about yet.
But we can make guesses. I
Yeah.
feel like fire bending is going to be a lot like fire breathing, which is a short-term word, basically an abbreviation we use. Fire breathing is an effect that lets you pay red mana to give a +1/+0 increase to power.
Yeah.
So I think firebending might be just that, but you don't have to pay mana for it. So
Gotcha.
firebending 2 is when you attack, this creature gets
gets
+2/+0.
+0.
Yeah.
That's my current guess,
Yeah.
without knowing much. I imagine they're all on attacks triggers, because I feel
Yeah.
it makes sense that you're bending
Or
to
there
do a
might
thing.
be also
Like when you block, possibly.
possibly
Maybe.
and also it might be a keyword that ends up on like instances, sorceries, enchantments, that kind of thing.
Possibly.
Possibly.
That would
not
be
necessarily.
interesting.
I feel like if you're gonna end up doing it all in one turn, it would have to be on more than one
just
type of card.
creatures.
I-
Yeah, because like it's not very often that you play 4 creatures in a turn.
Yeah.
It's
That's
really
true.
not often.
Yeah, 100%.
So if you've got like if you've done
Well,
it
I
on
imagine
2 creatures
they're
and then an
attacks
instant or
triggers.
something.
It
Or
could also
at
be
the beginning
possibly-
of main
possibly-
phase triggers.
Possibly.
possibly.
Like If I were to,
Because he doesn't.
So then I have another question though. Sorry, I know we probably don't have a lot of these
100%.
answers, but for you to be able to do all the sorts of bending, you would have to have a Wooberg deck then.
Well, yes, that's because
I
of the
believe that's-
Wooberg
He's
commander.
in, but is that the only deck that has bending then?
no,
No, but
So,
I feel like other decks are going to be based
I do
around...
have a smidgen of information.
Okay.
And that is the Aang that we've seen isn't going to be in a precon. He's not a precon.
He's not
Okay,
a precon.
that
commander
makes
for
sense.
Sure.
The smidgen of information that I do have is that each of the 4 precons are going to be based off of one of the 4 elemental bendings. So we're going to have a blue water bending one, a red fire bending one. I imagine it's white for air bending
and black for earth.
green.
Oh, green for earth.
Green.
Black.
for
You're right.
Yeah.
100%.
Wow, what do you do to Earth?
Black will just be not there, or bloodletting,
It's gotta be
or
something.
So, people have theorized because of Aang Master of All Elements that black is supposed to represent the spirit world.
oh, that
And
makes
that's what it's
sense.
gonna be.
Because
It's
when
not
he
gonna be
turns over,
necessarily
and
that. Yes.
100%.
Because
Yeah.
when he turns over, he makes your spells cost
I have
in
a
Woobergless. Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just had a thought.
Mhm.
What if Aang isn't in a deck
Mm.
and is almost a communal card?
That could be a fun, interesting thing
Like
to
a-
play
like
around.
a mechanic?
So he's like almost like a mechanic. So he's sort of in the center, and if
You
any of the players
But if you're
do
in a-
that thing, they get him for a round.
But
or-
everyone would have to be playing Wooberg decks to be
Hmm.
able to do his thing because
Well,
Well, I don't know.
I
That's what
will
I'm saying.
raise that I'm not entirely certain whether or not Wooberg
Right.
and all of the bending styles are together.
Together.
Because
And what if it just means bending activates on your turn? Because if some of them are block triggers,
true.
that can happen
That's
on
what
my
I'm saying.
turn, even if you're
Absolutely
blocking.
true.
I'm going to have a quick look at Aang.
My
for a
brain
second.
is thinking because that also depends on whether are we going to get 4 like you said we're going to get you reckon you were going to get 4 people
Yes.
reckon we're going to
Yeah,
get 4
4
precons,
precons. But we could
one
get
for each.
5.
We
We've
could get
won
5
before.
absolutely, but
That's
also
true.
wasn't Takia 5?
Okay,
Takia was 5, wasn't it?
so
No, Takia was 4.
Taki was
wasn't
5. It was
Yeah,
1
five?
for
It
each of
was
the
1
clans.
for each of the clans.
Sultai,
Yeah.
Jeskai, Mardu, Teamer,
and Absen, which
Absen.
got destroyed by Heath.
Oh, that's right. That's why. yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
no one thinks about Absen. Even though
Yeah.
it's so bad.
After giving a quick read of Aang, Master of Elements, it says whenever you do the keywords, it doesn't say on your turn.
Mm.
So I am almost certain that the bending mechanics are going to be on attacks or blocks.
Right.
Yeah.
I imagine. When this creature attacks or blocks a creature, do X. So
Yeah.
my guess would be fire bending is an increase to power, water bending maybe an increase in toughness, or air bending
would
could be
say-
a reduction in damage dealt.
Yeah, I would say Earth is
to the receiving
probably
creature?
toughness.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
It
initially
would be
thought
something
water bending might be
counter-spellish.
tapping, but I'm
Yeah.
not certain. So I'm not sold on the attacks or blocks thing.
Yeah.
But considering it's something you should be able to, or might be able to do on each of them, and firebending definitely can only be activated on attacks or blocks or some other condition being met, but I can't think of any off the top of my head.
So are the 4 decks or 5 decks going to be mono colored?
That's what I was.
I
That's what I
think
was
so.
trying to ask before.
I mean, it
but
makes sense.
That's what I'm saying,
thematically,
right? It makes sense thematically
Yeah.
for them to be monocolored.
I think the thing is, we know so little. Like,
100%.
it's all
It's
speculation.
all-
well, we
can speculation.
We only have
can speculation
one
all
card of
night.
this set, but it's technically 2. But
Yes.
so the reason
But we don't even know if that's going to be in a deck, or if that's going to be
It's
usable
probably just
in
gonna
a
be
deck,
like a-
or if it's going to
I
be.
think it's
super
a set
rare.
card.
No
Yeah,
idea.
set
I
Or
think
is
it's gonna be a
everyone
set
going to get
card.
one?
It could be the promo card for the set, but I feel like they're making it out like he's the chase card.
Yeah.
Is it going to be a
So-
one ring?
A run ring situation. I don't think it's going to be like a 1-of-1 ring situation, but I think that it will be
Very
a card,
limited.
similar to just a mythic rare of rarity.
That wasn't on our list of topics. I'm just putting that out there.
That's not my
Avatar
fault
was not.
at all.
It was
Like,
absolutely
it's my
your fault.
fault.
Not to point fingers, but it was you.
It was me.
Okay. So the last thing
It's
is
the last
our new thing that we're going to be doing.
Yeah.
A new
Other
thing.
new things.
Oh,
Other new thing.
To be fair, it's only our second podcast, so everything is a new thing.
That's fair.
But this one is exciting. Every week, we're going to have a deck of the week.
I'm so excited.
So we are going to, at least at the start, take one of our decks, we don't know, literally 5 minutes before we started recording, we decided on this one. So
it is like a fan favorite.
Oh,
Like, I feel like everyone loves this
It is
deck.
an absolute
It's
favorite.
not
so many
hated,
reasons.
It's not like
No.
gonna win every time.
I think Connell hates it sometimes.
I do.
It's Connell's deck.
Did you watch the video for the last podcast?
But yes, so we're going to do a deck of the week every week. Choose one of our decks and talk about it, break it down, give us an overview of the favorite cards, maybe a couple of stories about
Some
when
win
we
cons.
played it,
Yeah.
some win cons, some infinite combos, that sort of thing, and how you could use the cards in your own deck, or what the standout cards to build a deck around might be.
Yeah.
And I think also we might even take some requests if you want us to try out a deck and give us an idea. I'd be absolutely keen to do that. If you would like us to build a deck and try it, we're all for experimenting. Give us a couple of cards to build a deck around, and we'll build a deck around it and play a few games.
Absolutely.
So the deck we're going to talk about is a Connell special. Now, Connell is very good at building decks.
I don't think I am.
I think that you are. Generally, like the best, I feel like the best decks you've had a hand in have ended up as mine, but as it should be. But the deck that we're going to talk about today, Connell has a bit of a yeah. Connell has a bit of a look, I don't want to say fetish, but it is almost so
Wow.
a janky deck.
That's a
Connell
bit harsh.
has a love for decks that are a little bit special. You know,
I suppose it needs. It's not pretty. It sometimes
works, and
sometimes it tears people new ones.
yes.
Yeah.
So the deck we're talking about today
The other
One time.
week. Yeah. Oh my
is
god.
Cody the Vociferous Codex.
So, this deck was first made when one night we were bored. We decided to do a draft for Strixhaven, and seeing as how we mostly play Commander and Battle for Baldur's Gate had recently been released, we thought it would be a cool idea to try and do that with a different set. So Baldur's Gate had this is for Elle and other people who
Yeah, I don't know what we're
if you-
talking about.
Battle for Baldur's Gate had a new way to draft, which is a basically Commander draft.
Yeah.
So you're not stuck to singleton rules, and as you're drafting, you can choose a legendary creature to be your commander. And I can't recall at the time, but I don't believe you were restricted to the colors of that
Yeah.
card.
No, I don't think we were.
Or at least I don't think we enforced it upon ourselves.
Yeah.
No, certainly.
And so it was just an interesting thing that had recently come out, and we thought Strixhaven's a fun set. We like
Absolutely.
we like
Magic
Wizard
School.
School.
Strixhaven.
Yeah, we like a wizard school that's not based on anything that has ever been before.
Absolutely not. I feel like it's actually quite different.
It's actually
It
super
is
different.
super
100%.
But
like it's a
But
wizard school.
there's
You can't get
a taste.
yeah.
I
There's
mean,
a taste of it there.
there is a taste of all wizard schools in all media
I think
ever.
some
Like,
of the art and some of the names were a bit of a nod.
You think?
Yeah, I do.
I'm
I
trying
do.
to. I don't have as much Strixhaven magic knowledge, but I do have a lot of Strixhaven D&D knowledge.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to picture anything like
I can't
obviously
think of
like my
anything
brain
either off
can't
the
think of
top of my
anything
head, but-
specifically.
I think that there were, and I think that as I mean, it's been a while since I've really looked at Strixhaven because I kind of move on very quickly.
You do.
The new thing is way more exciting.
Keeping my
I'm
attention.
surprised you don't have a Quandrix deck, honestly. They're like the super green blue.
I didn't play green blue in
When Strixhaven came out.
Strixhaven. I mean, I've always played green blue.
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
fair
yeah.
bit. from back when I used to play with like a Jace Planeswalker.
Sure.
So before Commander was a thing. But I don't remember what I played. I think that with Strixhaven, I didn't have a deck that was mine.
Well, when Strixhaven was really released, we weren't really too keen, I feel.
Not
I
on,
feel
not on decks as such. Like
Decks, and honestly, we didn't buy anything from Strixhaven until quite a while. We didn't realize how much we would like it.
yes, yeah,
And
'Cause you
until
have
a good bit, we do
all
have
the
a
decks.
lot. Oh yeah.
I don't
I think
know.
you.
I'm
Someone
not
said
sure.
you bought Quandrix, but it got destroyed for parts.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I've seen the other
owning it.
four.
I'm not sure.
We
Oh yeah, you
definitely have the Prismari, the Silver Quill, the Lorehold,
Lorehold,
and
and-
the With the.
and-
Do we have the With the Bloom?
You know who has the Witherbloom?
Queen.
Brandon's fiance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
I don't
Quinn
know
has
if.
it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if she wants to be named on this podcast.
Oh, I
I'm
don't
gonna
think
call
she
her
cares.
Brandon.
Um,
But yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have that one.
Yeah.
But we just weren't massively into Strixhaven. But that is off topic. Again.
Yes. Yes.
What a shock!
What
So-
a surprise.
Cody.
that's how
Cody,
many
the,
people are around.
the vociferous.
So Cody was the card that I thought looked fun to build around in the limited pool. And so when I was building it, I was like, what can I do with literally no permanence
I think you need
aside
to
from...
read what Cody
Wait,
That's
give me
true.
Cody.
is
Okay,
or
sure.
doesn't do.
Okay.
Go
He
ahead.
costs 3 mana.
He does.
He has an activated... He's a 1/4.
He's a one.
He has an activated... Oh, do you want me to give you all of the card? He's a
All of it.
legendary artifact, creature, construct. He's the fucking book that walks.
He is. But
He...
his first line of text is
You can't cast
Cast permanent
permanent spells. Which is
very
So
interesting.
great.
interesting considering, well, probably about 70% of the game was permanent spells,
At
and
least.
then
Yep.
maybe 30% of it's instants and sorceries with
Yeah.
varying percentages.
I mean, you get around it all
you
the time.
You do, with put effects, because you don't cast them if you put them.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then the
Main
you
part.
know, the text part of the book is pay 4 mana, tap him, then add Wooburg. The next time you cast an instant or sorcery from your hand,
It doesn't have to be instant
Okay.
or sorcery. It's just the next spell this turn.
oh,
think-
my apology.
Can't cast permanent.
Apology.
It has to be an instant or something.
My apologies. I forgot I could cast an artifact. Oh wait, I can't. Now, I will specify there is technically a difference, because if
Say
you
that though.
if you remove him somehow after activating him, but before using his ability via a sacrifice effect already
You
in
could
board,
do that.
you could. You'd be an idiot. You could. But sorry about that tangent. The next time you cast any spell, most likely going to be an instant or a sorcery. My
The
apologies.
sarcasm is strong in this one.
You exile cards from the top of your library until you hit a instant or sorcery with lesser mana value. And then you may cast that card at some point during your turn. So, 2 things. The
Without paying
first,
its mana cost.
without
Well,
paying,
without
that is a
paying.
relatively decent caveat. You don't have to pay its cost. So 2 things. First thing, don't misinterpret the rules as I originally did. You have to follow timing restrictions, which is something I didn't realize for a long while until I was like, I think I might have just come across a video explaining Cody a bit more. But yes, he does not get around sorceries being cast at instant speed. You have to cast it when you could cast it.
Yeah.
And since I've discovered that, I added a few cards to give my stuff flash, because I was like, well, that's a mistake on my part.
Yeah.
The other thing is you don't have to cast it immediately.
Yes.
Unlike with Cascade, in which you cast it and then, or you either cast it immediately or put it on the bottom of your library, I believe, with Cascade. Discover is either you cast it or it goes into your hand.
Yeah.
And so this gives you a way to work around whatever you hit on top, and you can plan it if you think it that far ahead. But it's a fun deck building restriction to limit the amount of permanence in your deck. So in my deck, there aren't that many permanents. There are a few because permanents are very good. And, you know, the easiest way to win a game is to punch someone in the face. But that's not how we do this.
You do get very frustrated when Cody's on the field and you get something really good in your hand.
That I can cast. I'm like, can I just kill him already? Like,
and then you ask to kill Cody.
And honestly, a lot of time we absolutely do.
Pretty
innocent. He sat there for 6 rounds not being able to play any cards.
Yep.
The least we can do is kill Cody for him.
Yep. So I can do a count in a minute, but I believe there's like maybe 9 permanents outside of Cody himself in the deck that aren't
and
lands.
Not counting lands. Yeah.
Which I will actually talk briefly about the lands in a minute, but it's mostly just stuff that'll kill my opponents permanent wise. Or there's I have Lotus Cobra for additional ramp in the early stages. I have Stormkiln Artist to storm off and generate treasure tokens, which is a phenomenal effect.
Yeah.
I have the Witherbloom Apprentice, which is a win condition. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, each opponent loses a life and you gain a life. And others that are less useful. I have the Wandering Archaic, which whenever an opponent casts a instant or sorcery, they may pay 2. If they don't, I get a copy of whatever spell they cast, which I think is a very fun
good.
card to have in play. I have 2 Planeswalkers in here, being Professor Onyx, who has the same Magecraft ability as the Witherbloom Apprentice, but it's 2 instead of 1, and it helps me find other...
Can I guess the other one? Because I think I remember the other one.
What's the other one?
Is it Liliana?
No. I literally just spoke about her. Fun lore fact, Professor Onyx is Liliana.
That's why I was confused. Didn't know that.
I remember that.
Professor Onyx, just a small amount of lore, is Liliana because after War of the Spark, when she broke her deal with Bolas and sort of died for a minute, I believe she came back to life and then had to go into hiding, so she went into Strixhaven, or she was hiding in Strixhaven before War of the Spark. I can't remember exactly. One of the two. But she was in hiding.
We will find out when we get to that.
At some point, yes.
In our lore section.
The other one is Rowan and...
Oh, yeah.
What's her brother's name? Kellen? No, that's the human word.
No.
Will. Rowan and Will. Rowan is better because it lets you copy instants and sorceries. Will is decent if you just need to draw cards, but also Will costs 5 mana, Rowan costs 3, and it's just easier to play Rowan and then have a use for her. They both give you a cost reduction in instants and sorceries, which is sort of why they're there, but we've got Hypergenesis in here in order to cheat a lot of the permanents in my hand in play. If I have a lot of them, then I can just slap down the board. Some of the key permanents that I'll speak about are Omniscience, which is always good at having free spells until Omniscience is at some point killed if I haven't won the game already. And then, hopefully, in combination, I have Thousand Year Storm to give all of my instants and sorceries Storm. And that's just very good.
Yeah.
I like getting like 3 or 4 extra copies of any spell is amazing.
Yeah.
Getting more than that is
fantastic.
Well, yeah.
Ridiculous.
There's no better way.
And this is why, like, this deck does not win often. Like,
it does.
Super clear.
It's sort of a gambler's fallacy.
However, when it does, it is
usually
decisive.
It is.
There's
like it's
nothing
either
you
win
can do.
or no win.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do.
And something I've been trying to encourage my other family members and Elle to do is play more interaction, because I've noticed that I'm the one that plays the most of it. And so in my Cody deck, there's quite a few counter spells. There's a lot of removal. There are like 2 board wipes. I removed some of them. I dropped some cards. I removed some of them because some people got salty, and Farewell is a mean card.
Farewell is a mean card.
Yeah. To be fair, I'm not I have to be in the mood for a board wipe, because a lot of the time when we're playing, I'm tired. I've been at work all day and we're playing when I get home. And 9 times out of 10, a board wipe for me in my head is just extending the game.
Yeah.
Just put
That's
me out of
fair.
my misery because I want to go to bed. And that's because
No
then I
problem.
can lay there for 4 hours and not
And
sleep.
scroll instead.
And scroll, but at least I'm lying there.
Yeah, it's much more comfortable than
much
sitting up
more
in a chair.
comfortable than sitting up in a chair. So
We need to figure out a way to play Magic while lying down.
100%,
That should be a
100%.
thing.
That should be a thing. But yes.
Magic
So
in
what
bed.
are your favorite combos in that deck?
Well, it is Omniscience Thousand Year Storm is fantastic.
Yeah.
I love it so much when I get to just storm
Give
off
everything
without needing
storms,
to worry
yeah.
about
How often
paying
has
stuff.
that happened?
It happened once.
Is that what the one that we played the other day? Oh, wait, I think
It was a
last
while
week.
ago at this
Okay, no,
point.
that's fine.
This deck
What
won
turn?
on turn 4.
I think that's the only deck that I've ever heard of that has done that.
I don't think it's the only deck I've ever heard of. I've
Yeah.
seen decks win on turn 1.
I don't remember
It's
what.
the
However,
only one in this house.
In this building, it's the only one to win so incredibly
It was
decisively.
so decisive.
And we have
we,
a
were,
lot
like,
there.
we weren't even at like low health. We were.
Yes,
it was
you
like
weren't ready.
we were not
No,
prepared
absolutely.
for death on turn 4. We were
I mean,
like.
you had max 4 lands out. What are you going to do?
100%. And I think I was playing Elevate and Heath was. I don't remember. Heath might have been playing Dogs.
I don't know.
I don't
It was
remember
a
what
while
he was
ago.
playing.
at
It was a
this
hot
point.
second ago. I think I was definitely playing.
I
Elevate
wasn't
because
here.
No, you were. It was. We
You
were only
weren't.
playing 3 player
No,
commander.
we were playing 4. It was, I think, Brandon.
Brandon.
Was here.
Oh, was Brandon here?
I'm
It
pretty sure.
definitely wasn't
I was only
me.
picturing the
I
three
think
of
I
us.
was at work.
No,
It was during the day, so I'm pretty sure you were.
I'm certain it was with a full pod.
Okay, wow. That's
Um,
even more unusual. Like,
yeah.
turn 4 in 3 player commander is much more like it can happen.
Yeah,
easily.
yeah.
But 4 player, yeah.
So yeah, it was probably the best hand I've ever had with.
How
Cody.
excited were you when you saw it in your hand?
I saw that hand. I was like, okay, this is interesting.
Was it in your opening hand?
Not both of them. I'm
Right.
90% sure I drew Thousand Year Storm, and I had, I believe it was Witherbloom Apprentice in my hand, and I had, I believe it was, what is the? It's in here. A Village Rites, I believe, or a Village Rites effect, which allows me to sacrifice Cody. And so on turn 3, I had cast Cody. Turn 4, I activated Cody.
For Wooburg.
And
For
then
Wooburg.
stacked him.
In my opening hand, not in my opening hand, but by turn 3, I had both Thousand Year Storm, Omniscience. I believe it was Witherbloom Apprentice. No, it wasn't Witherbloom. It was the Professor Onyx in my opening hand. And so I cast Village Rites, killed Cody, cascaded into Hypergenesis, put Omniscience and Thousand Year Storm into play, and then
Because you had to cascade
get-
into
Hypergenesis.
Hypergenesis.
Yes.
The only one that was lower than Village Riot.
Correct. It's my
Wow,
only 0
that's
cost spell in the
crazy.
deck so far. I initially had more, but then I was like, they're just never going to be useful unless I can storm off by activating Cody an infinite
course.
number of times.
Yeah.
Which I initially had the deck plan around being a infinite Cody activation to then just cast my entire library.
Yeah.
But I felt that was too much of a gamble, a lot to do. Like a lot of sequencing had to happen,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then I would have to flip out every single cascade.
It was also one of the quicker Cody kills as well, because like usually if Cody goes off,
Yeah.
he's killing everyone, but it's taking like 20
Forever.
minutes for
That's
it to
what
happen.
happened.
Yeah.
That one was
Also in
rather
Just
quick.
nothing.
Yes. Because I just presented that in my hand I had a Professor Onyx who would deal 2 damage to each of my opponents whenever I cast a spell, and I would gain 2 life. Also in my hand was one of the other major win cons of Tendrils of Agony,
Yeah.
which is whenever target player loses 2 life, you gain 2 life, and it already has Storm. And because of Thousand Year Storm, it had Storm.
Oh god.
Yeah.
And so that just made it go so incredibly quick. One person was taking 4 damage, the other 2 were taking 2. And I just had a bunch of just random, not great
Low level
cards to
spells.
cast.
Yeah.
But enough.
But
That's
enough
enough.
to just considering 4 damage, it's 10 triggers or 10 copies of Tendrils of Agony per player. I think people were down a small amount, but not an extensive
Yeah,
amount.
like we had taken some
And-
damage from just regular play at that point.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Not much.
Evil Genius.
you guys listening don't know the entire deck list, but there is a lot of card draw, because I'll go into the other win condition probably now, I think.
Mizzet's
is a
Mastery.
Yeah,
decent one.
go for it.
Mizzix's Mastery, which is exile a card in your graveyard, you may cast it, you copy that card, you may cast that copy for free, and then it can overload it to target every instant and sorcery in your graveyard, which is how it normally wins, is through a prolonged game,
Good
dropping more things.
Caverns of Ixalan. What's it
Oh,
called?
that was
Explorers of
Explorers of
Ixalan.
Ixalan, the board game.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's up here.
I was looking at it.
Ah.
I had
We
nothing
should
to
play
look
it.
through.
We should record us playing it.
We should record us playing it. I like that
okay,
game.
yeah.
Anyway,
So it
Tangents.
wins through Mizzix's Mastery and a similar Tendrils of Agony sort of
Yep.
storm off, but with the full power of my graveyard as well as not just whatever's in my hand.
yeah.
So that was just one of the most ridiculous wins I've ever had. And getting Mizzix's and Tendrils of Agony usually is a long 9, 10, 11 turn victory.
Yeah.
And having something so quick just felt amazing. And it was like,
I'll bet.
want to play another game?
That's one way to get 2 games in.
absolutely.
Was that the one where we were like, let's play again? No, that was a different time where we were like, let's play again, because it lasted like, I think Niv Mizzet went off in like 5 turns or 6 turns or something like that. And we
Yeah.
were like, do we want to play again?
Mm.
Yeah, that's
Um,
fair.
and I think the only other thing I'll make a note of for this deck is I have a very strong habit of countering my own shit for my own
Oh, he
benefit.
does that all the
Oh my God.
Just
time.
because I think that it's funny, and like most of the time it's at a point in which I just need the card draw more than I need to hold up a counterspell, because usually it's in the early stages or the late stages when most of my opponents don't have any more resources.
And that deck needs specific cards to have it.
Yeah.
So
It does
it makes sense
specifically
searching
need
for them.
either Tendrils of Agony or Professor Onyx to win. Made Witherbloom Apprentice as well could
Yeah.
make it quicker, but
Yeah.
it's not as needed.
Yeah.
And it needs either Mizzix's Mastery and a long game, or a lot of luck and Thousand Year Storm for a quick game.
Yeah.
As we found out.
Yeah.
As
Thousand
you
Year
guys
Storm
found out.
is more important than Omniscience in my mind, for the simple fact of with Thousand Year Storm, I can go through my deck so much faster, and I can just play a lot of good cards, more good, basically.
Yep.
Because I don't mean better,
No,
but I
you
just
just
mean
mean
I
you-
get more of the good stuff.
Yeah.
Yes. But let's be real. 90% of the time that you play Cody,
It ends up being a bit boring for a lot of people to watch,
he
but I
sits
take a
there
lot
with
of game
his
action.
Cody out.
Yeah. I activate Cody a few times, hit some random removal spell.
Yeah. Does stuff just to annoy us.
Yep. Like in the video of the last game that was uploaded, at the very end, just because I had it in my hand and I thought it was funny, Elle was dead on board. She couldn't block.
I could block one thing and it was not enough to save
It
me.
wasn't, and I just thought it would be funny to just kick her a little bit. So the one creature she did have that could block, I made unable to block by destroying the enchantment, allowing
gave it
it
flying.
to block. Yeah.
Block the dragon.
Imagine.
And so I just thought that was
Imagine.
funny.
Oh.
It wasn't a.
He also got me back my commander on the last turn.
That's good. On the
Oh,
last turn.
As I was dying, my commander came back to me.
Yeah.
Yes, well, you got it back in the end.
As I was dying on the ground,
Correct.
my
Yeah.
commander came back to
So
me.
it's just very funny. And then I think the very last thing I'll mention for this this deck is the mana base is not great. It's got Underground Mortuary and Hallowed Fountain, but those are the only good dual lands in it.
Yeah.
And then it's mostly basic lands and value lands. Like I've got Gyreet, Sanitarium, and Maze's End. Because the main way this deck works in any strong capacity is through its gate-based
Yeah, I
mana
was about to
base.
say gates.
Yes. So for a long time, I've been struggling because I like WUBERG decks. They're one of my favorites. And the mana bases are very difficult and especially expensive.
Hmm.
Like, if you want a really solid mana base for a Wooburg deck, then you need a lot of spare cash,
Yeah.
sadly. But gates are a sort of very... I'm not going to say it's perfect, but it's a very good workaround for a budget Wooburg mana base. Because they all do enter tapped, but there is a workaround in such... Like, you've got Gond Gate, which was released in Battle for Baldur's Gate. I don't believe that was around until that set as well.
No.
Which just makes your gates enter untapped, which honestly can mean
Very nice.
so much.
Yeah,
in
no,
a
absolutely.
game, especially early on.
Mm.
It's just phenomenal.
Yeah.
There are some gates that enter untapped that, like, buff equal to the Basilisk's gate gives +X equal to the number of gates. But that's the only other untapped one aside from, I think, Maze's End, which is technically a win con. Oh, and Maze's End isn't even a gate, which I think is a bit weird, but it is what it is.
Mm.
But I think the gate budget Wooburg mana base is better than I initially thought, because I thought that it would suck. But there are a fair few workarounds, like if you tutor for it with just a good tutor or a less good. Like Razaketh's Right is in this deck. It's a 5-mana tutor, but you will never see someone out in the wild play it because it's just not good.
Yeah.
But if you, like, 5 mana is super expensive for a
for
tutor. But if you can double it with a copy spell or storm, like
Yeah.
Storm,
Yeah, it makes a big
then
difference.
yes. And I mostly use the navigation orb as a semi-reliable way to get Gond Gate out. But
Yeah.
it is what it is. And
these are the sort of decks that if you're looking for a custom deck that is a little bit weird,
I'll probably make it.
Connor will probably make it.
It'll likely not be very good.
Unless
when
it does work. When it does work,
If
it
you
will
want
be
to gamble,
amazing.
call
Absolutely. That's it. But what I'm thinking of doing, because with all my spare time, I'm going to create a page on our Shopify website and have our deck of the weeks there, and maybe take a photo of some of the cards and that sort of thing.
I
A
would
card
rather not
list.
do this a tedious process, but I could absolutely put them up on one of the deck building websites and could leave a link there for whomever to look at.
That's not bad. Like
not
a
a bad
mock
idea.
field.
Yeah.
list.
That's a good idea.
So I'll
I like
likely
that
do
idea.
that at some point. Might give you.
I might do it because I can type pretty fast. Oh, so you can type pretty fast.
I can type pretty
I
fast.
just have to look at the keyboard. I can't not look at the keyboard.
I cannot look at the keyboard. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else on Cody before we?
Yes, and that's a question because I've tried to find the answer for this rules question for a long time, but I genuinely don't know. Mystics' Mastery says exile any number of cards from your graveyard, basically. Copy them. Does that trigger Magecraft? I don't know if it does. I've never made it trigger Magecraft, but technically the wording of it does say copy that spell. And
What's
so
the wording of Magecraft?
whenever you cast or copy a spell.
Well, that would trigger. Yeah,
I'm
that
going
would
to double check the wording of it, but I think it...
Why is
Magecraft
there a Dark
sees
Magician
itself-
on the TV screen?
because when Ixalan fell.
Oh. Look, down in the left right-hand corner.
Oh, that's just a YouTube short.
I know, I just thought
Yeah.
it was funny that there was a Dark Magician in it.
When Ixalan fell, the PlayStation controller went with it.
Oh, I see.
So
I think
Like the...
yeah,
I think maybe the reason I get it wrong is because it's copying the card and not the spell itself. I think Magecraft specifically looks... Does it?
no, because that's dead air, and we
No,
can't
okay.
have that. Let's fill
No.
the awkward silence.
With
No,
awkward
okay, I think
chat.
I've
awkward
answered
chatter.
it myself, but I think my brain needed to talk it out more so than just
It
think about
happens
it
sometimes.
myself.
So tell us your verdict.
So, it's only a spell whilst on the stack. I
Right,
believe.
right, and then
And
it's
so-
a card.
Yes. And even though you're technically copying an instant or sorcery, I think by making it...
I had
a
to try
spell-
explain to my sister and 12-year-old niece over the last weekend why when a card was a spell and not a permanent, and oh my gosh, they did not get it. They were so
Still
confused.
spells. Permanents are still
Still
spells.
spells, but it's when you cast it's a spell when you.
So, okay, let me just.
But you got them playing Magic.
They were only doing it
playing Magic
using iPads and my niece's laptop on Moxfield using their playtest.
You'll take it. You'll take it.
Better than nothing. Ruby has actually played with my Amanatu deck in real life.
Amazing.
So
I will give you a piece of advice, which I'm not sure if they do it anymore.
I think you've talked about this before.
Possibly. I was planning on going to check at some point.
Yeah.
Because of just morbid curiosity. A lot of local game stores, LGSs, used to have 30-card starter decks.
Mm.
Oh,
and
yeah.
so I would next time at our local game store, which
we were going to name it at the end of the
Yeah.
Anyway,
you should ask if they have any starter decks for your nieces and nephews, I'm guessing.
He would just lose all the cards.
That's okay.
He has so
fair.
many Pokemon cards. It's not funny, and I don't know where any of them are.
Does he play the
Find them
game?
and-
No, he
I
just likes
thought
owning
so.
the cards.
Just like most people.
Not
who own
unusual.
Pokemon. So
If they don't have them, that might be something that we can make.
yeah, they used to just be really meh. They were like 30 cards.
They're just for
starter
teaching the
decks.
game.
Yeah, absolutely.
you know?
And I think that they were a very, very good thing that Magic had.
Yeah.
Because it gave a person who wanted to learn how to play something to use to learn.
Yeah.
I think
And not
honestly, the best way though to
Yeah.
learn how to play is find someone that plays, and just go to your local game store, and there
I
will be
agree,
a group there.
But I sort of feel sorry for when my brother tried to teach Elle how to play.
Oh my
He
god.
just tried
The
to.
first time they tried to teach me how to play,
I
they didn't tell me most of the rules and just gave me a deck and said, "Let's play."
take no responsibility.
I swear it was
there
both
for
of you.
that?
No, we
I don't remember that. I don't think
I
so.
arrived early, and I think you were at work or something, and when they were trying to figure out something else for us to do while we were waiting
what
for you.
likely
Yeah.
happened.
I
is
swear it was both of you.
Heath wanted to play Magic.
Absolutely.
I was keen to teach you how to play Magic.
Sure.
And I tried to tell you how to play Magic, but Heath was sort of forcing you, here's a deck, shuffle that, and let's play a game to then teach you how to play Magic.
100%.
Don't you wish you'd have just said no?
Kind of.
No, that's a lot more money.
First time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
This, when I came, that was like years ago. I
years
was like,
ago.
a while ago.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe
Before
like
we moved here.
yeah. This
yeah,
is your
well and
place.
truly, yeah.
But when I broke my leg last year, and they to be
You
fair, they were like
captives.
I was held captive.
Yeah.
And to be fair, the first time they were like, young teenagers.
Because you were
and-
pretty resistant. You were like not into it. You're like, oh no, don't play Magic. I've never played it. Not really my thing.
Because
You've
of the
never
last time that they tried to teach me, I was so
Fair.
confused. I was
Completely
like,
fair.
what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
But then, the worst deck you honestly could have got me to try out on, I don't know who decided Coust was a good idea for my first deck to
that's
try out
right,
on.
Yes.
But, it's such a finicky deck, and I guess I just liked the look of the commander, because Coust looks fucking amazing. He's so cool looking.
Yeah.
Because he's a dryad
Yeah,
detective.
yeah.
Such a cool card.
That's cool.
But the whole hidden thing, because we were playing open,
Yeah.
so
That's right. I
all the
remember.
cast things were just open on the battlefield.
Yeah, that's not helpful. That's not helpful.
That's funny happens.
It was a funny
Yes.
happenstance.
But yes. Anything else?
No, I don't think so.
All right. I think that's it.
I think we're done.
Okay. Let's do all the other stuff.
Social
So, yeah,
shout-outs.
exactly. Well, yes, the game store in our town is Mega Games in High Street, Penrith. They have New South Wales, for those who don't know.
Australia, in case you're really
Really
out,
out of it.
really out of the way.
They have an online store. You can buy online. You can go in. And Ellen and Malloy there are extremely helpful. They have a lot of Magic events on as well. So,
Absolutely.
and just going down there on Saturday, it was packed. I was like, is there an event on? And they're like, no, it's just Saturday. Like,
Just
wow.
random.
There were just people playing Commander all over the place. So that's great. So yeah, definitely check that out if you are after stuff. They do have some singles, but not a lot actually. not a
So,
huge amount, and
they don't
not very
because
diverse.
it's difficult to profit in selling singles.
Yeah.
So what
You
they
do it for
usually
the
do,
love,
what they
and
usually
because you
do
want to clear some out of your house.
is for standard related stuff. They open a certain amount.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that amount is, but they open a certain amount, and then that's what they have to sell as singles.
Yeah.
But the amount of manpower and pricing
It's
and
a lot.
actually selling the stuff,
Yeah.
it's harder to sell sealed stuff, single stuff, than it is to sell a sealed.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, so our shop is at www.arcanenexus.com.au. We have singles for sale. You can ask us to build a deck. There's a questionnaire that you can fill out for us to build a deck, and then we'll quote you, and it's up to you. We can either look for the cards for you or just give you a deck list as well.
Yeah.
We'll
Everyone's
have
legs
our
are falling
secret
asleep.
lairs on there.
My
We've
knee
been
just
here
needs
for a
to
while.
crack.
We've got our secret layers that will be on there as well. And as I said, I'll start a deck of the week
Page.
page on there in my spare time.
Oh, that's time.
Yes, so our socials. On Instagram, we are arcane_nexus_MTG. On TikTok, we are the same, arcane_nexus_MTG. Blue Sky, we're arcane-nexus. You can find us there. On YouTube, we're arcane_nexus_MTG, and that's where we've been getting the most views, I think. So
Yeah,
definitely
absolutely.
find us there. Leave a comment if you've got any questions, feel free. Our podcast is also on iHeartRadio. We've got a new Discord that isn't even set up yet, but one day maybe we'll get to it. We're on Reddit as well somewhere. Arcane Nexus. Yeah, the same again. Arcane_nexus_MTG. We also have our podcast on Spotify. I don't know if you guys
So
do that.
exciting.
But we do have our podcast on Spotify, so you can even grab it there. I think that's about it. Yeah, I don't think there's anything.
We have a Facebook.
Oh, we have a TikTok. Did I mention TikTok?
You did
Yeah,
mention
I did.
TikTok.
We do have a Facebook. Our Facebook is Arcane Nexus.
Yeah, I think it's just Arcane.
I want to say Arcane Nexus. Let me just have a quick look. Because I'm hopeless. And I can't remember. And I closed all my windows. Oh, no, I didn't.
Got you.
It
is
is
just
Arcane
Arcane
Nexus.
Nexus.
Yeah, so you can find us on Facebook as well. Shoot us a message there. Oh, and our email.
Start posting soon.
Yes. Our email is sales@arcanenexus.com.au as well. So if you have a query, you can contact us through our Shopify, but you can also just shoot us an email as well. Anything that I've missed?
No.
Oh, like and subscribe.
Absolutely.
If you're
Like and
watching
subscribe.
On YouTube, you should do that thing.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Connell's checked out and he's on his phone.
I
These kids,
was looking at stuff
these.
because I realized I'm technically not subscribed to the Arcane Nexus thing.
I noticed that. I did notice that. He is not even a subscriber. We got 13 now.
Yes, you should.
Yay!
It escaped me.
So, I think that's it for us for
Think
today.
so. I think we're done.
Yeah.
So we shall talk to you next time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bye.
So in about a week,
Yep.
you can come and step into the Nexus with us again.
Ooh.
Yeah, still haven't thought of an outro. Ba-boom chim. All right. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh yeah, you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Good job.
Well done. Unsubscribe now.
I told to do it.
No, I'm joking. Don't actually do it.
I did, and then I missed it.